It's a raucous crowd here in Bloomington, Indiana. It's here at the Simon Scott Assembly Hall. And what should be an electric non-conference matchup here on CBS. My name is Samuel Goldberg. I'm joined alongside by Maestro. And Maestro, it's been a tale of two ways for each team. Indiana finds himself on a laser hot streak. Florida State finds themselves on the opposite end of a losing streak. It's going to be down to who can outperform who in this game to decide a winner in this one, Maestro.
And what's so interesting there, well, I'll just tell you right now, Sam, what's so interesting right there is when you look at these teams on paper, they look like twins. So I'm going to out you right now because it's early in the night and I'm getting ready to sign my contract to do Fast and Furious 47, where we're going to be going out to get the last pack of diapers in our wheelchairs. The whole idea is who is going to perform here tonight. That's going to give it to us. So why don't you give us those lineups and let's have some fun.
Well, let's talk about the performers this evening, starting things off with Indiana. Keontae Dior is the forward, followed by Mackenzie Mbako. Top 5 pick at the guard spot. It's Antonio Reese. Brian Wilder is also at the guard spot, and the center is Shia Winterton for Indiana. It's a bit of a youthful roster is Indiana. On the opposite side of things for Florida State, at the guard spot, Daquan Alton. Kashai Bess is the other opposite end of Alton at the guard. The man, though, that's going to have to keep Florida State in this game, Garrett Hart, gets the start at the forward spot. Styles Jarrello is the forward, and rounding out the starting lineup is Leon Quinn. Florida State off to a hot start here, up 5-2 early, Maestro.
They are very athletic. They can get up and down the floor. We know they live in transition. Both teams are near the lower end in terms of their three-point shooting percentage. So somebody's going to have to find some magic somewhere because they're very much alike here. Someone's going to find something outside of their normal game to give themselves a hands up here tonight.
Bello drives in, he's into the paint, he lost the ball, got it back, throws it across, the layup bounces around, no good, offensive rebound is put back, and the foul. It's going to be a 2+1 play. As Bess was in there collecting the offensive rebound and putting it back up.
That's good. That's good on good right there. That's good on good. That's how you put it in. You get that hustle in. Leon Quinn definitely is going to hustle around the rim all night. Rocking at 6'10" and going up against the other 6'10" on the other side, Shia Winterton.
Leon Quinn, my apologies, was the man that collected the offensive rebound and put it back up. But still, nonetheless, that's what exactly Florida State's going to have to do, especially if they want to upset this Indiana squad, which they've been lighting the world on fire. They started the season 0-3, and they've won their last 7, Maestro.
And they've won them in different ways, but they also have managed to be really hot. They've basically raised their points per game average up by nearly 12 points over that particular stretch, which means everything else is staying the same. They're just finding a way to put the bucket in the biscuit.
Corner 3, no good for Florida State. Indiana, a chance to tie or potentially take the lead here early on in this game. 7:48 to play. Maestro, what are your keys to the game here for both these teams, starting first with Florida State?
Florida State, if they can live in their transition game because they're so athletic, they're so quick, they're so solid, especially when you got a player like Garrett Hart, who can pretty much be anywhere at all times at that height of 6'8". He can play inside, he can play outside. We know he can shoot. We also know he's strong off the glass. And you got a guy like that, so if they can live in transition, they're going to be fine. On the other side, Indiana, I'm just going to say this right now. Indiana, they have the overall size advantage. They're rocking 6'10", and as we talked about Shia Winterton, but they also have in Mackenzie Mbako 6'10", and Robert McGee at 6'11". If they can make this a half-court game and try to live inside and really make the big singular of Florida State work, they give themselves a better chance.
There's a 3 from the wing, and it rolled around, but it falls for Styles Jarlo, and Florida State right now has a little bit of a fire under them right now. At this point of the season, they are struggling a little bit, Maestro. And their record is not exactly where they want to be right now. But right now, they're giving Indiana a little bit of a run for their money as that basket's good under the rim. Layup's good. Indiana trails by 3. Florida State a chance to extend their lead.
Yeah, but Florida State has also played a very strong out-of-conference schedule, getting ready for conference play. So that's going to have a lot to do with what we're going to see with them tonight too. Are they able to hold up mentally more so than physically?
Art is rejected. Is it again here and just along the far block? Here's a corner three attempt and it's good. It's all nylon for Kushal Bess, the team captain of this Florida State team, and Bess also gets a hand in there, and he's able to get Florida State another possession here. You gotta like the start here, Maestro, especially Florida State leading 15-9.
That's what Florida State needed. Just like you said, Florida State was going to take this game. I'm just kidding right now. Everybody said Indiana's going to win this game 137 points.
Well, you look at this Indiana team, they're a talented, youthful roster. They've definitely got a lot of ability, especially in the coming years. Is Hart a little bit strong on that three? Indiana will have possession going right to left. Indiana in their white uniforms, Florida State in their maroon-ish uniforms. As the pass is inside the block, their dunk was blocked initially, but still somehow falls in for Winterton.
He used all the rim and he gets an extra point, but I think that's a four-point dunk because he used all the rim. So yeah, new rule, by the way.
We're introducing that, Maestro. Is that the Maestro rule? So first the snap stand, and now the Maestro layup rule, dunk rule.
Well, I think it's been there for a while. Don't blame me. I'm just a messenger, and I'm good at math. What can I do?
Here's a three from the wing, and that falls. That's Auten from the wing, the 6 foot 183-pound man for Florida State. And he shot it well, the sophomore from Florida. He's been one of the key pieces on the starting unit, Maestro, for how their offense has performed. Is that inside shot no good, but Auden gets called for the foul.
Love the contestation down low. Love the fact that nothing's going to be easy inside. Love the fact that they're going to make them work for absolutely everything, and love the fact that no matter what height leverage the offensive player may have, the defensive player is going for the block.
Florida State also, Maestro, is the definition of if it ain't broke, don't fix it with head coach Leonard Hamilton, his 37th year as the head coach for Florida State.
Write that down. That's older than some of the parents and some of the kids who are playing here tonight, right?
That could probably be my grandfather. As that first free throw is no good from Winterton. It's one thing Indiana does struggle with is free throws.
It's hard to slow that heart rate down. It's hard to put yourself in a position, and you get this with most teams that I would say this are not completely comfortable in their transition game. When you get to the free throw line, you have to slow that heart rate down. You have to slow your vision down. You have to make sure that it's just you and the air that you're breathing to give yourself a chance to put the ball in the basket.
There's a corner three attempt in. Oh boy. That one touched probably everything around the basket. It falls. It's a 10-point lead for Florida State, and right on cue, the Hoosiers will call a timeout. We'll step aside here on CBS. 10-point lead for Florida State. Welcome back here on CBS. The Hoosiers find themselves down 21-11 to double-digit deficit here for this Hoosier team. Let's talk about the play here, though. Leonard Hamilton's squad, Maestro. They're playing the zone defense that Indiana can't seem to crack the code.
No, if you're actually going to go against the zone, you have to be more consistent and more specifically, more focused and equitable with their shots. They're not being that right now. As we see that Indiana, even though they might be shooting 71%, they're not getting off the number of shots to make the volume worthwhile. And that's going to be a problem against a team like Florida, because Florida's finding a way. Even though Florida's shooting 20 points worse, they're getting volume and they're getting equity in their volume.
This FSU squad is taking the slander from the media that we've seen in these recent weeks, and they are putting a writing on the wall right now. They have an 11-point or 10-point lead over the ranked 10 Indiana squad. Here's a three from the wing. That was a big shot right there by Ndako.
Interesting that their first big three is going to come from him. Not surprised. He is able to score no matter where he is on the floor. He's always going to do that, even from his days in prep.
Mako, kind of one of those guys that can stretch the floor, especially when you need it to. Hart has it at the top of the key. Hart dribbles inside. He'll pull up from the free throw line, and he sinks at the smooth stroke of Garrett Hart. Listed as a forward, but my goodness, if he's a forward inside of a guard's body.
And sometimes you need that person being able to be any and all things at all different points, and he can definitely do that for Florida State.
Here's a jumper that is good. Mackenzie Ndako. Back-to-back shots he's made here for this Indiana squad. Ndako is predicted a top 5 pick in this upcoming draft for the SWBA. That shot no good. Indiana goes right to left. Trying to cut chip away with this deficit that was double digits out of this timeout. Wilder has it. Wilder drives inside. He's around the elbow, kicks it out to the corner. Here's him. He is on fire.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Once he finds that zone, he can single-handedly keep Indiana in this game.
Good basket right there from Delo Orbi. Another Delo Orbi, the Dominican Republic, to stop this little Indiana spurt that they're on. Ndako drives in, has it rejected. It's blocked right there from Quinn. Ndako kind of feeling himself a little bit there, took a heavily contested shot. I mean, when you made the last 3 buckets for your team, might as well be bombs away.
Absolutely. Do what you got to do. Make sure if you're going to be active and you're feeling it, make sure it works for yourself. And oh, by the way, I'm not mad at that shot, and I am not mad at the rejection either. Take that, get the ball back. Now guess what? Get your teammates into it.
Bucko, a 3-pointer from the close swing, was no good. Florida State now a chance to go on a run of their own. Hart calling for the ball on the low block. Hart gets it in a mismatch with Wilder. Hart goes up with the right hand, no good. Well, Hart gets his rebound again, throws it over. And Florida State going to try and do something here. Here's the left-hand runner, that's no good. And Indiana comes down with a rebound. Dior will bring it up the court, right to left. Dior goes to the corner, wide open 3-pointer. That is all nylon. They actually called a 2 on the floor, so it's a 4-point game.
Hart missed an opportunity there, knowing that he had the height leverage. He just should have taken the ball straight up and allowed gravity to take over. Hopefully he'll learn from that when he sees this on tape. You cannot get back the points you missed. An ill-advised shot. That's the equivalent of, buying sushi at Goodwill.
That's a 3-pointer from the corner. It's Brian Wilder. And it's a 1-point contest. Indiana, the 10th-ranked team in the nation, proving why here. They've drawn it into a 1-point contest. Fans on their feet. Pass goes inside. The right-hand layup falls off the rim. No good. Going right to left. Indiana. McGee. Inside. There's the bucket. There. Indiana has their first lead. Florida State now trying to answer this run of Indiana in the last 7 minutes of play. Indiana finds themselves on a 15-4 run.
Have a mismatch now. Take advantage of it.
The mismatch is all nylon there for Florida State, as Leon Quinn is able to benefit from the mismatch. Definitely don't want to take that. A 5'9" defender in Brian Wilder on a 6'10" Leon Quinn. As we enter this timeout here. Florida State up one, but Maestro, you gotta like this run that Indiana has been on.
They took advantage of what Florida State gave them. Florida State had a string of really bad possessions, ill-advised shots, ill-advised movement with the ball or non-movement with the ball, playing flat-footed, and Indiana, being a top 10 team, took advantage of it just like they're supposed to do. And they got the crowd back into the game. Florida State's going to go back and study this tape, win or lose, and they're going to realize that was a point where they might have given the game away, depending on what happens later.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are linking what you're seeing here and you want to be part of the best community around the world, well, search SimWorld Sports and hop on our Discord server, discord.gg/SimWorld. You have an opportunity to be a player, coach, manager, whatever you so choose. You choose the destination of what you want to be. SimWorld Sports, the only place where you can see the game and be the game. Another timeout here, Florida State with a 1-point lead, 27-26, as we're about halfway through this first half. Reese will drive in around the painted area, kick out, thought he had a three-point attempt, but electing not to take it was Fenner. Fenner now using the screen. He'll drive in. Fenner, little jumper, that is short.
Very unsure of his possession that time. He did have the three, did not want to take it. Even that mid-range shot, Sam, was very tentative. You can't do that right now. You have to be decisive with your moves.
Lyman inside has his rainbow floater rejected. Another opportunity that falls off the rim. Indiana now a chance to take the lead here. Here's a three. That was good. Antonio Reese has given Indiana the lead. And the Assembly Hall is on their feet. And they're going to be on their feet even more as the Seminoles will call timeout. 2-point advantage here for Indiana. So we're just about under halfway through play here in this first half.
I'm CC Lyle, and I always wanted to be a pro coach. And SimWorld Hoops is the place where I'm able to live out my hoops dreams. SimWorld Sports is the only place where you can see the game, be the game.
See the game, be the game.
Green light, let's get it. 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 I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Hello, I'm Himothy. I got the recipe. I got the flow. I got the remedy. I know they do. I know they envy me. Feet on the floor. What they gon' say now? We came along from last place. Bottom to top of the fast pace. Out of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on CBS. We do apologize for the slight technical difficulties. Again, with college sports, a lot of these students that are working the broadcast, showing us different cameras and working in the production area, there are going to be some hiccups. So, again, they are learning. So, again, we do appreciate you staying with us here on CBS. 2-point advantage here for Indiana. Maestro, again, Indiana proving why they're the 10th-ranked team in of SimWorld U. I mean, they have really made this a contest, and this man-to-man has picked up as that one is no good, but there's a foul on Jones.
The important part about what they've done, Sam, is they did not panic. They were down by 10. They got even down. I think at one point they were down by 11. What did they do? They stayed true to their game and allowed Florida State to come back to them by making mistakes in the play, by making mistakes in their possession, and taking advantage of it. That's what good teams do.
I can't believe I forgot to do this earlier, but ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, we hope you have a fantastic 2025 as we're counting down the hours and minutes as the first free throw is good from Jalero. Chance to tie the game up here. We hope you have a fantastic 2025. 29-28 here. Free throw. Good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're giving away 400 EMs and 400 EMs in Danny Irvin. You are the victor of 400 EMs. So congratulations. Thank you so much for being active in our community. Again, if you want a chance to win 400 EMs, all you got to do is be active and join the Discord server, discord.gg/SimWorld. Indiana makes the basket there to take the 31-29 lead as we approach the 9-minute mark here to play here in the first half.
400 EMs, I got to get in on some of that. I mean, I work here, but my brother doesn't, so get Maestro in here. Maestro can start picking up some of these EMs, man.
That looks no good. Wilder, fantastic defense there. He'll bring it up right to left. Wilder, little crossover behind the back. He's around the far side elbow. They're dribbling it around the free throw line. Has him into the corner wide open. Elects not to pass to it. He'll take a shot. That it gets rejected. It falls back to Indiana. They have 11 seconds on the shot clock. It's on the far side. Wilder has it back. Shot clock under 10. Wilder gets a screen. He's around the elbow. Wilder picks to the corner. Here's a three. That is a bit far. And Florida State will look to push the ball up the court. Double team. There's a man in the corner now with it. He goes up on the left. That's no good. Rebounded on the play by Winterton. Winterton now dribbles up the floor. Winterton surveys. He's around the free throw line area. Goes into the paint. He's in trouble. Puts up a right hand. That's no good. The team's a little bit ice cold here out of the timeout. As Murphy has it for Florida State. Murphy crosses over. He's got Wilder on him. Murphy, another crossover, trying to go inside. Wilder, excellent defense right there. Ball's up for grabs, and it falls into the hands of Fenner. Fenner now on the break. And will release it now at their elbow. Crosses over inside the painted area. Tries to go up with it. That one trickles off the rim. Lots of sloppy play here, Maestro. Guys just taking heavily contested shots.
But lack of focus, when you're in the charge circle, there is no reason if your shot is not contested that you should miss, unless you're just not being focused. I'll take the contestation with the miss, but if you're going to do that, you need to go up strong with the ball. You can't keep doing the finger roll, the jelly roll stuff that close. Everybody's going after your shot. You're asking for it to be blocked.
Contested shot from the corner is no good as the shot clock was winding down. Indiana now, a chance to extend their lead. Inside, with it, they kick it out to Wilder. His three-pointer can't find the bottom of the hoop. Instead, it rolls off. Florida State now in transition. Here's a three-pointer, and that is good. Nice shot right there from Demario Murphy.
I can't believe I'm going to say stop the bleeding, Sam, but that was over and back.
I don't know what Wilder's doing there. He gets a bit wild right there on that possession. And a chance for Florida State to increase their lead. They have it 32-31. Really surprised here by this scoreline right now. I feel like Indiana has been such on a hot streak right now, and I guess Florida State's really just proving that they belong here in this type of game and showing that, hey, like, we deserve to be here. As that layup is no good, but there's a foul on Mbaka.
Sam, I'm going to push back a little bit. Both teams are taking very poor shots. They're taking very poor takes, and they're making very poor decisions in the paint. And you're not going to live long against either one of these teams if you do that. So this might turn out to be who's going to stop making those mistakes first is going to give themselves a chance to win.
Here's the first free throw attempt, and that is good for Murphy. And you said it best. Again, both these teams, it's their first time on television, so that extra bit of pressure might be on these guys. As we're seeing some really uncharacteristic shots coming from both these teams.
And I believe you're completely right, and I mean, you're always right, but I think you're completely right here.
Oh.
And you know, in terms of that, because guess what? If I'm thinking about TV at this point with 6 minutes left to go in the first half, my mind wasn't right when I started the game. Once you start getting the squeaks and the bounce on the hardwood floor, nothing else should matter other than what you're doing.
Wilder had a good layup right there, cutting it to 1 point lead. Wilder on defense here. Here's the drive. That layup is good. Heavily contested layup made by Taquan Alton.
Woo, my goodness, that shot was as ugly as a wedding dress from the Salvation Army.
Going back to your comment, though, I'm always right. I would strongly disagree, but I mean, if you want to gas me up, I do appreciate it. Wilder has it at the top of the key. Indiana trying to run their offense. Wilder takes the handoff. He goes up with the layup, and it's good. Back to a 1-point game. Wilder really showing his finishing ability. Smallest guy on the court at 5'9".
I love the fact that he's not afraid to go inside amongst the trees and do his thing.
That layup is no good, but Florida State's able to get it back. Murphy has it. He'll swing it, and Florida State trying to set something up here. Hart's around the top of the key, and then, an awesome screen there. Able to free up Button, and he buries the layup. It's a 3-point game again.
You cannot play defense if you're looking at the tag on the man you're defending's butt. You have to always stay in front. As soon as you get behind, you're beat, and that's what happened with all that on-floor traffic.
It's interesting to note here for Florida State, they have this 3-point lead, but Garrett Hart hasn't been a big factor so far in this contest. So you got to think Florida State is really in the position where they want to be in, especially with second half Hart might be activated.
Exactly.
Here's a three. That's no good. Hart right on cue with the rebound. He'll bring it up. He'll release his inner point forward.
You heard this. He said, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm back. Okay, I'm blacked out. What do we call it?
Leads the team in points per game, and Hart goes in. The layup's no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. Winterton on the foul. 13th foul, first personal for Winterton.
I am so glad Maestro's mom is not here tonight. She'd be on the floor banging people's head together and saying, you dunked the dang ball. But she would say with a lot more profanity in it right now. She hated soft layups when you went into the paint, no matter how tall you were or were.
Well, sometimes, Maestro, white men can't jump. Hart from the free throw line.
I'm going to tell you what my mom told me when the guy said that to her one time when she was begging on somebody. Did you know?
What?
She said you better learn.
Maestro, I think you need to take off the headset, go to the snack room, get some snacks, hydrate yourself a little bit.
Hey.
Hart's second free throw attempt is up and no good. Rebounded by Mbako. Wilder has it for Indiana. He throws it off. Receives it back. Wilder waiting for Indiana to run their offense. There's a pretty high pass there, but fortunately it's collected. Doing a good job moving the ball here. Mbako crosses over. He's around the free throw line. Drives inside. Trying to get a little shot. Has no room. Shot clock down to 3. Wilder is going to have to put up a shot. That
Great
shot
defense.
is blocked. That is fantastic defense
right
there by Auten. Auten now on the break with Wilder on him. Throws a pass inside. There's the layup. No good by Hart. He gets his own rebound. Throws it up again. No good. 2 uncharacteristic miss from Garrett Hart. And there's a takeaway here for Florida State. And on the fast break, he decided to slow up there a little bit, did best. They'll take a contested free throw jumper. No good. Sloppy shot selection here in this first half. Indiana. Wilder has it. He's under duress. Mbako now. He gets a screen from Winterton. Mbako crosses over, goes up with the left hand. That's no good. Follows the shot, gets the layup with a right hand shot. It's good. It's a 2-point game now. The first 3 minutes to play here in the first half. 39-37 is the score.
Sam, I bought us a Mississippi Belle food there from the best soul food place in Bloomington, Indiana. I'm going to start eating some right now because I'm going to start cussing in a minute. These people keep missing shots inside the charge circle.
Love me some soul food. Hart with Wilder on him. Hart elects to just take a contested shot. Fortunate. And he gets bailed out with a free throw attempt or a foul right there. Wilder saying, man, what do I got to do? I'm 5'9". How can I possibly stop this? How can I possibly stop it? Didn't take a great shot attempt right there, but gets rewarded here with 2 more free throws.
He's doing his job. I love the fact that the shorter man is able to get inside the short to the big man. That's what you want to do, make it uncomfortable to move. And he's doing that. What I am disappointed in, and I'm sounding like I'm preaching, it's supposed to be news, I'm supposed to be happy. He's not getting any help side flow, Sam. And when you see your little man doing all that work inside and none of the bigs are helping him, if I was him, I'm just pick up some chairs and start going across people's heads on the bench and say, look, somebody got to play with me tonight.
Oh, man, sounds like we're in basketball church and you're the pastor. Second free throw attempt from Hart is nylon, and it's 41-37 now, Florida State. They're showing off right here the first time on TV. Again, both these teams, both first nationally televised games. Reese drives in. He'll go up with the left hand. No good. Again, another heavily contested shot Indiana's taking. Florida State trying to drive in. Oh,
Thank you.
Goodness. Del Orby with an international wreck attack. Silent is the Indiana crowd. 43-37 now. There's a layup that is good. So a good answer to that monumental dunk from Antonio Reese. It's a 4-point advantage here for Florida State, who is absolutely Swiss knifing this defense here of Indiana. Again, right there, easy pass inside, and the layup is good for Bess. So right on cue, Florida State finding another shot in the paint. And that has just been the story of this first half, Maestro. Florida State absolutely dominating Indiana's defense. Zimbacco makes a three-pointer to cut this to a one-possession game as we're at 90 seconds to play here in the first half.
About to say, don't look at me.
Bucko showing here why he's a top 5 projected pick. Here's the three from Hart. It is good. I guess Hart might have heard me on the commentary tables. He banged the three-pointers, pardon me. Might be sipping on that champagne a little bit early, celebrating New Year's Eve.
I think he had a little stank out for you.
I know. He looked over here like, don't keep my name out your mouth. That layup is no good. Reese again, another heavily contested layup. That's no good. And oh, what a fantastic block right there by Winterton. Shutting down the drive, much to the pleasure of Mike Woodson. 4th-year head coach here for Indiana. It's a 6-point advantage here for Florida State, looking out to close this first half sharply.
But it's so interesting, as ugly as this game has been, and as many shots that they've missed inside the charge circle, both teams are ahead of their scoring average for the season right now, which tells you how much higher the score could be if they were willing to be more aggressive inside the paint.
Auten, another fantastic layup. Florida State now is up 8 here on the 10th-ranked Indiana team. Indiana has a chance to go 2 for 1. See what they like to do here. Mbako has it. He's at the top of the key, and Mbako drives in. He's around the free throw line. He's double-teamed, heavily contested shot. No good, falls off the rim. But imagine Florida State here would hold for the last shot. 15 seconds here on the shot clock. Auten has it. Hart looking to set up a screen. Auten with 10. Auten guarded closely with 5. Gets the screen from Hart. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and Quinn is going to call for the illegal screen. Simple mistakes like that on a chance to potentially go up double digits at the half. Instead, Indiana has a chance with 3.4 seconds to get a shot off here and could cut the deficit. With 2, with 1 from half court. It would have counted if it went, but
close.
It did not. So Florida State has the 8-point advantage. Maestro, your thoughts here in this first half?
Florida State needs to find a way to start taking advantage of all the great shots they're getting inside the paint and underneath the rim. They have left, let's just put it this way, by my little hash marks right now, they have left 22 points on the floor if they would have made half the shots they missed inside the paint. On the other side, Indiana is starting to find their voice. They're having a hard time dealing with Florida State's zone. Not surprised there. The great thing about this, though, is both teams are looking for, I'm going to say it this way, their space to operate. Florida State is comfortable everywhere. Indiana still have yet to figure out and get themselves in the flow. But when they do, as we saw, they're able to definitely negate any double-digit lead in no time.
What does Indiana have to do if they want to erase this deficit?
Be more consistent with their shot selection and their movement off ball.
8-point advantage here for the Seminoles. We'll be back here on CBS.
have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? Can you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
Welcome back here on CBS. Start of the second half. Florida State up here on the 10th ranked Indiana Hoosiers. Right now the Hoosiers are, they're efficient on offense, Maestro. It just seems like that Florida State has an answer for every bucket Indiana's making.
It'll be fine, he said. Indiana's going to win big, he said. Florida State does have a chance, he said. I'm just making fun of you, Sam.
I would absolutely own it. And if I were to post it on Twitter, I would absolutely still keep it there. I'm not doing anything.
Well, I tell you what, you're absolutely right. In Indiana, starting to find their outside voice, exactly what they need to do. But on the other side of it, it's so interesting. You would say efficient. What's been great is a couple of things as we see Indiana going into a zone now. We see the contestation of shots inside the paint, just like that.
Hart was quadruple teamed, and that was rejected by Winterton.
Got to recognize that faster. Got to recognize that faster. Got to kick the ball out to help. The upside should have been ready. It almost looks as though Florida State was not ready for that zone and was not ready for that contestation inside. However, both teams, despite the contestation, Sam, they have missed a lot of easy buckets in the paint. And that's got to have made the coaches crazy enough to say, okay, look, somebody need to walk up here and get hit in the face because we need to start paying attention. We cannot leave those points on the floor.
Here's Gus going up with a layup. That is a bit strong, but Winterton quick calls to the foul. And the boos are coming from the Hoosiers fans. Almost like they've turned into the Boosiers fans.
I see what you did there.
Boos are raining down in the assembly hall.
In the jar. You put a quarter in the doggone jar right now, because that was even lame than my dad jokes, okay? Put it in the jar.
Where did you pull that jar from? Do you travel with your jar like in your bag like that? Like that wasn't here on our desk. Where did that come from?
I'm not saying anything without my lawyer present.
I see. First free throw was good for Bess. Second free throw on the way here. Florida State, an opportunity to go up 7. It's good. 7-point advantage now here for Florida State. And you got to think, Florida State can play like this come conference play. Mm-hmm. Potentially see them in Hoops Stereo.
Yeah, and again, Marsh and I went back and forth with some SimWorld today last week. I feel though the ACC is the toughest conference. He feels the SEC is the toughest conference. But I'm going to tell you right now, Florida State is showing us something for a team that was supposed to be on a sarcastic, quote, losing streak. But Sam, I need to know something. I need to know something from you right now.
What's up?
How did you get tickets for your family here, and they didn't even let my family out? Well, that's true. Most of them are locked up. Anyway, never mind.
All you have to do is just go to will call. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, well,
did you not think to go to will call?
Well, law enforcement might have something to say, or corrections might have something to say for most of my family coming in. So
that might be slightly concerning. And what's even a bigger concern here is this cold streak that Indiana is on to start the second half.
Cannot afford it. Came out, they got an early 3. They looked like they were going to be in sync and together. But guess what? You worked harder in zone defense than you do in offense, and now they're doing an off rotation from start zone to man up on leverage. It worked that time, but that's making it work harder on defense. And by the way, the only way it's going to work for them successfully, Sam, is they can do that right there, turn that defense into offense. If they're able to do that, they're going to give themselves a chance.
Antonio Reese right there, a big shot. He's got 15 points. Hart with it on the wing. Guarded by Wilder. Bit of a mismatch. Hart realizes the mismatch, goes inside with the right hand and good. Finally, Hart finishes around the rim as he's done in so many games this season for the Florida State team. The Hoosiers and head coach Mike Woodson not exactly liking the start or the second half. Florida State just keeping up this momentum. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're seeing, well, tomorrow UNLV is at Villanova from my neck of the woods in Philly. Catch that game on SimWorld TV at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best time zone, might I add. Should be a fantastic contest between UNLV and Villanova.
And don't we have another game coming tonight? But this weekend, we got the Golden State Showdown, boo. And the Prep Stars getting it done. I can't wait to drop Talking Dirty with Maestro here Thursday afternoon, where I'm going to break down that particular tournament. I've been about 60% of the time. I've been about 25% right about half of the time. So I've been pretty close. Don't do the math. I got it.
Coming up next here on CBS, it's North Carolina at Iowa, in what should be a fantastic basketball game to watch. Maestro, your prediction in that contest?
Well, I'm just going to get out the way right now. North Carolina is a monster organization. I'm calling them an organization, not an institution. No, that's another word. Never mind. They're just playing really good ball right now. Okay, I know. Seriously though, they're playing really good ball right now, and they're trying to peak at the right time, getting ready for conference play.
But going back to prep basketball really quickly, the biggest news coming out of the SimWorld U is Almighty Soul reclassifying to join a already talented Alabama class. I mean, Alabama has got to be the favorite to win Hoopsteria next year, especially with the class that they have coming in, Maestro.
Let's see who else is going to be coming up. We also know that there are a few other players that are going to that the rumor is they're going to reclassify to get a chance to come out too. And Almighty Soul is definitely a catch and definitely talent to be. But there's some other talent too there, Sam, kind of sneaking around the edges of the corner there, trying to wait for somebody to stop looking. Next thing you know, we're going to have a we might have a heavy SEC loaded conference next year, and then ACC and SEC are going to flip.
Yeah, Almighty Soul might start a trend here for these prep players to reclassify and join their teams now. That could be something that we see, maybe a trend here in these next coming weeks, months, even years. 10-point advantage here for Florida State. Wilder has it. He's guarded closely. Wilder using the screen, goes baseline. Now Hart's on him. Wilder goes up with the left hand, no good. Fantastic defense.
The smallest guy on the floor goes up against one of the biggest guys and say, take this and like it. The fact that he's not scoring is not really bothering me. What's bothering me is the fact that none of the other bigs are stopping eating their cheese and crackers to go help him down low, that he's down there by himself. And Mike Woodson needs to have some very serious words with some people.
It seems like the hiccup monster has attacked me here on the broadcast. Wilder, oh my goodness, a fantastic rejection right there by Quinn.
I need to rub your back, boo. Let me rub your back, baby. Come on.
I think it just scared my hiccups away.
All right. Yeah,
I'm gonna move my chair like a couple feet down from you here. I'm gonna slide on down.
I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
You would be a millionaire. 58-48 here is the score. Might be a Diddy party. 10-point advantage for Indiana. That's never good. Florida State now with an opportunity to extend their double-digit lead. Here's a three. That is good. Big basket right there by Kenny Twyman. And another steal. Here's the layup. That's no good. Trying to follow his shot was Best, but he couldn't do it. I feel like Best should have waited there for a better shot.
I absolutely agree, but I love the aggression. I love the fact that he attempted to make it happen in there. I'm going to give myself flowers real quick. I did say that if one team's going to develop the three shot, they can have a good shot. They can have a good chance tonight. No pun intended when I say they can have a good shot tonight. So the idea of Florida State hitting their threes is giving them this advantage. But I'm going to give you flowers too here, Sam. What did you say about Hart finding his game at the right time for the second half? He's doing that, and look at that. Florida State now up 61-48. That's about a 37-point lead, give or take, if you do the math and carry the 3 somewhere in there. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Numbers are hard. Oh, at the free throw line here for Indiana, it's Keontae Dior, and Dior misses the first one, and you can't have that. Indiana, by the way, coming into this half, have only scored 4 points. Florida State is just taking it and running it right now, and will probably be one of the bigger upsets tonight.
You know, it's so interesting. I still do not feel like it's going to be an upset if Florida State's win. When you look at these two teams on paper, they look like twins, right? I mean, just the only thing that was different is Indiana's on a 7-game winning streak and Florida State were. But other than that, when you look at them, where they're ranked, the numbers they've been putting up, they look like twins. If you didn't look at the ranking, I think you would not necessarily be influenced in terms of what one team is doing over the other. So this is kind of not a surprise, but is it surprising the way it's happening? And maybe that's why they're not dunking, because the ball missed.
Everything just going wrong here for Indiana here in this game. Florida State taking advantage. Twineman has it on the far wing. He's guarded closely for somebody to break three. Hart has it on the low block. Hart goes to the paint. Hart goes up with the left hand, and he is all good again.
His defender needed GPS to find him. He lost him twice. He lost him when he moved away and lost him when he moved into him. That was just crazy.
That's why you don't use Google Maps, Maestro. Google Maps always lags behind.
Felonization with the steal.
It's a fantastic play from Florida State, and the Euro step is good from DeMario Murphy. He's played a big role in this game, Maestro, as the Hoosiers are taking another timeout as they almost find themselves down 20 here. 65-48 is the score here on CBS. Welcome back here on CBS. Florida State University, the Seminoles, proving that they're winners so far in this game. They seem to have Indiana cattywampus right now, just can't really figure out how to get back in this game. I mean, the offense is confusing Indiana's defense. The defense is playing well, just they're playing aggressive. And in all honesty, Maestro, and right there again, simple mistakes for Indiana. And they are just shooting themselves in the foot.
You know, Sam, that's the reality of it all. One of my best coaches would always make us count the game in seconds. Like, when you look at the seat of time, you have to tell him how many seconds left in the game, because he wanted to put that sense of urgency in you, not to wait, not to mess around. And here's what's happening tonight. Florida State is shooting 67%. I rounded up. Don't do it. It'll hurt you. Hurt yourself. From behind the 3-point arc. Indiana shooting 47%, and that just went down. So the reality of what's going on with these teams is it's being won at the 3-point line and volume, and the fact that Florida State's going to leave with a bunch of warrants because they've been stealing the ball from Indiana all night long.
Surprised that shot didn't fall there for number 3, Bess. I mean, it has just been all Florida State here in this second half. Dior will pick up the foul. For Florida State, this has got to feel good, this game. I mean, there's still 12 minutes and 33 seconds to play. But again, you got to, Florida State, especially have to feel good, especially for Leonard Hamilton.
You do. And, oh, by the way, I feel good for another reason. the fact that Florida State just got a ghost point. I guess they reviewed a shot, reviewed the play, they gave another point. The fact that we're winning doing something that we haven't been good at all year makes it even better, right? So that means if I'm playing you and beating you with one of the weakest parts of my game, that means guess what I'm doing as a team? I'm managing to improve. I'm managing to get better on the spot. And this perhaps is something, I can't believe I said perhaps is something, that Indiana was not looking for out of Florida State.
Yeah, that could be the case here, that Indiana was like, okay, this is going to be a win. Great, we can look at next game as that layup is good. Nice crossover move right by Antonio Reese. It's a 17-point contest, and I mean, it's not technically over yet. I mean, we've seen crazy runs in basketball before. Corner three is short.
And what usually
feeds shot from Delorby.
Sorry about that, Sam. What usually feeds crazy runs are bad decisions. Florida State took that shot with 18 seconds left to go on the clock, and nobody went down to help with the rebound. Yes, they got the steal, and they're making the best of it, but there is no reason for them to take a shot right now at all with more than 10 seconds or 8 seconds left to go on the shot clock, because by doing that, guess what you're giving? You're giving the other team a chance for more possessions. Time means possessions. Possession means point. Trust me, ask the Atlanta Falcons about timeouts and possessions what happened on Sunday night. I'm sorry. Too soon. Never mind.
Or Chicago on their timeout fiasco. Jones will get called for his second foul to contest, fourth team foul. And the fans really have not been happy tonight.
No.
I mean, just from the play on the court, the officiating, these fans, I mean, they've been eating fillets right now these last 7 games on the 7-game Indiana win streak. But right now it seems like they're eating soggy bread, to quote Dan Campbell.
Oh no, they're still eating steak. It's just the steak came from the pawn shop. It's not coming from the restaurant. That's what's going on. It's gonna taste a little different right now.
Where do you get your steak? The pawn shop? What?
Hey man. Look, don't judge my life.
Oh man, it's like you're getting steaks from Walmart or something like that.
Oh, they have steaks at Walmart? Okay.
They do.
I'm gonna check that out.
Second free throw is good. It's a 16-point game here. Florida State up 68-52 with 11 minutes to play here in the second half. Indiana, they desperately need to find something here. They need to start shooting. Wide open three-point attempt, not taken there by Dior. He'll go inside with the right hand. Bit strong there. Rebounded on the play by Quinn. Quinn will pass it ahead. They're pushing the ball up. Murphy crosses over with Wilder on a pull-up. It is all nylon, and Florida State is making a statement here. They're up 18 points, and we are not even halfway played here in the second half.
Sam, you know me well enough to know I don't like to bang on procedures and principles and stuff like that. What I'm noticing, though, is this.
Oh, my goodness, another... Oh, my goodness, back-to-back blocks by Quinn.
Bring your juice to a gin party. Get out of here.
My goodness, 6th block on the night for Quinn. He'll go to work inside, goes up with the right hand, can't finish around the contact, no foul. And Indiana will go left to right.
Indiana is taking their shots with less than 10 seconds left to go usually. Florida State is taking their shots. Taking their shots with 18 seconds. Somebody needs to sit somebody down at the Church of Basketball and say, these are the rules, family. Here's how you do it. When you got the lead, you don't need to shoot fast. When you're behind, you want to shoot fast. I'm just throwing that out there because, I don't know, maybe it makes sense.
Preach, Pastor Maestro, preach. 70-52 is the score. Just under 10 to play here in the second half. Indiana, Dior is going to take a three. That is good.
There we go. Help them get in the flow, get a good shot off early. But I did love that there were multiple white jerseys underneath the rim waiting for the rebound.
Dior from Ogdensburg, New York. Knows how to ball there in the state of New York, and now Indiana trying to get this possession here. No, they can't get the steal. It was tipped around. Here's a jumper. This would be good for 2, and that's rebounded by Winterton. Winterton now will lead the break. Winterton tried to pass inside. They got it inside in the paint instead of passing it out. It's Reese crossing over. He'll go to the wing. He'll go to Winterton. Winterton back to Reese. Reese with 13 on the shot clock. Has a man on the wing. It's Dior. Dior goes in. Goes out of bounds.
94 feet. 94
goodness.
feet. They didn't change that rule. They did not change it unless I don't know. Did you get the new rule book? 94 feet. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I gotta check my book right here. Unless if they moved it to 95 feet in Kevin Durant's case, you can throw a ball beyond out of bounds.
Well, he can't count, so.
Yeah, I mean it is 95 feet with how big his feet is. His Auden's basket is good. 72-55 is the score. 8:45 to play here in the second half. Florida State is just really on cruise control here. As here's a three-pointer that is awfully far away from the basket from M'Bako.
Sam,
Florida State just trying to run their offense.
Sam, not to be rude, it's not even cruise control. It's self-drive at this particular point. Indiana's taking too long in their possession to get shots off.
Inside with the left hand, gets the foul, and he'll go to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play.
There you go. Because you have to say it that way. That's in the broadcaster's Bible.
That is true. What's in the you can't touch broadcaster's Bible. You can never touch Mike Breen's bang. You'll never hear me once say the word bang.
That's right. There you go. Don't do it. And you also have to say the other person say the hoop and the harm. So you're welcome out there, young broadcasters. Come and join us in the booth. Have some fun with us. But bring your own shirt.
I technically don't understand what that means, but I might be not in the know as Best gets called for the reach-in foul. It's a 3-on-3 action. Reese draws the foul here. It's a 20-point advantage here for Florida State. Indiana, Maestro, they just seem like they seem like they're ready to party for New Year's Eve. They're on campus.
I tell you what, if this crowd gets much crowded, they won't be partying. They're gonna be running for their life when they get the pitchforks out in a minute.
I mean, you could hear a pin drop in here. I mean, it is dead quiet.
That is not how this arena was built to be enjoyed. Not at all. We know how an Indiana crowd can be. All the history they've seen here.
That is a 2-pointer from Reese. Just had his foot on the line. Turns into an 18-point contest here with 7:50 to play here in the second half. Wonder what's good around here, Maestro. I know we're gonna grab some dinner after this. Oh my goodness, he was gonna try and go on a rack attack instead. Jones with the foul. It's probably a good foul because Jones would have probably ended up on the top 10 plays had Hart would have slammed that one down.
Well, the reality of it is, and that's why I got us a Mississippi Bell, because that is the best soul food in Bloomington, Indiana. Yes, I'm from Mississippi. Yes, the people who own it are from Mississippi. So it's real fried green tomatoes, none of that commercial crap. It's real lima beans. It's real liver and onions, not that other junk you be seeing in the city places that have electricity and gas and food inspectors. I'm talking about the real deal, So that's why I got it because they closed already and started their New Year's Eve celebration. But there's always the great old glorious place where you can get a nice Chianti and some fava beans called the Waffle House.
Last time I went to a Waffle House about a year ago, I thought I was probably going to get shot.
Well,
76-57 is the score.
Well, you have to wear a vest. It's just the rules.
Oh man, I was in the middle of Ohio. In the middle of nowhere, Ohio, at a Waffle House. So you can imagine how that is. Reese at the top of the key, guarding closely, doing all these dribble moves, but really nobody can pass to Reese. He'll go up in 5 seconds. He gets fouled. Autin with the foul.
Too much time, Sam. Too much time. You can't use that much time and be unsuccessful. And I want to make a comment about the lateral stripe tank top in the second row. Very, very nice. But too much time.
Oh, Lord.
Is going to always hurt you.
Exactly. I mean, Indiana, I feel like they're just gonna move on to the next game here. They're not playing with passion. They're missing free throws. I mean, this is just not what you expect here out of a Mike Woodson coached Indiana
Not
squad.
at all. Not at all. He wasn't like
Goodness.
that. He was not like that as a player. He was not like that in any other place he's ever been. I don't get this. You hate to say somebody's not trying. You know what? Because we don't know what's going on. Florida State is really playing a really good game right now. Let's just get that out the way. But notice how in the flow of the game, Indiana has been able to take advantage of their possessions, right, and got themselves back in the game earlier. But right now, when you're behind this far, you cannot use the entirety of the shot clock to put up a maybe. You have to get that shot up early, crash the boards, put it back in. You cannot wait. The clock.
Ooh.
What a tough move right there.
Goodness, what a finish right there by Bess.
Man, now talk about Waffle House. That shot was tough. It was as tough as a Waffle House steak.
Yeah, yep. I would agree with that. Wilder putting up a shot. That was a wild circus shot, no good. Florida State already up 21 in this game, looking to increase their lead a little bit more. Bess has it inside and missed a wide open layup. Sometimes those are the hardest shots to make. The wide open ones.
Oh, you're gonna make me say something I can't take back. Someone gonna suspend me again. Oh.
There's a nice little pass in for the dunk right there by Winterton, and that prompts the Seminoles to take a timeout. 6:09 left to play here in the second half. Florida State leads the 78-59.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Wesley, and I recently joined SimWorld Hoops. If you love hoops as much as you love art, you've got to check out SimWorld Hoops at discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. It is the ultimate virtual basketball experience. It's not like a regular game. It's like stepping into your own world. Whether you play or you're just a fan, it's time to see the game, be the game. Don't forget to check me out on social media at It's Jasmine Wesley.
Ha pasado mucho tiempo, tengo amores esperando mi regreso. Estoy cansada de decirles que lo siento, en mi futuro ustedes no los veo. Ya me acostumbré a estar sola. I found happiness en el mar y las olas. I refuse to settle. Even if it meant that I'd be alone forever. Pero tú me enseñaste que el sexo no debe ser la única pasión en una relación, que soy linda con make-up on, también natural como soy, Me enseñaste que los sentimientos que se siente uno al otro pueden ser mutuos. Me enseñaste que el amor.
Welcome back here on CBS. Let's take a look at our top performer presented by CBS. Well, our top performer so far, I mean, Garrett Hart has definitely played well here in the second half, but you got to give it to Leon Gwynn, who has just been shutting down the painted area for Florida State.
I like where you went with that. I really like it. 7 blocks, 10 rebounds. Really, really getting it done for his team. I was going to go another way with Kashar Bess. Is really putting the bucket in the biscuit right now and leading Florida State with 21 points. Very impressive. Just Florida States have done it. As inconsistent as Florida State has been, they've been consistent when they needed to be, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah, I mean, that does have some logic to it. I mean, it's got the Maestro logic. Take that as you will, as that layup is no good. This defense right there on the play from Reese. On the opposite end, Wilder makes the layup. And the building does have a little bit of life to it.
You got a guy who's 4'7" going up against guys who are 6'10". I know he's not 4'7". Going against guys who's 6'10" and gets a bucket. I'm cheering too. To heck with it.
As Hart promptly answers with a jumper of his own. It's 80-63 here, under 5 minutes to play here in the second half. Another layup, no good, and Indiana they just can't create. They just can't create offense. They can't make the easy shots. They're making the easy shots look hard, and the hard shots just difficult. It just hasn't been a pretty sight here for this nationally ranked team.
I'm going to say something here. Let's go and give Florida State credit, as you said, on defense, contesting every shot the way it is, holding Indiana below their season average right now. Even though, yes, there's 4 minutes left to go in the game. I understand that, but those shots are very difficult and are not coming easy. Whereas Florida State now is way above their season average and looking very comfortable, as if they can score at will.
So there, Indiana doing a little bit of full court pressure, but I feel like that full court pressure just a little bit too late from Mike Woodson. I mean, if you think you can coach better than Mike Woodson, feel free to join the Discord, discord.gg/SimWorld. Become a coach today.
Come on.
Maybe take Mike Woodson's job.
Come on.
65 is the score. Oh, there's a nice dunk right there by the captain, B.J. Jones.
Don't take his job. Just, get your own, but,
There's a three from the corner. That rims in and out. Hart, though, is there for the offensive rebound, and he promptly puts it back with the right hand. Just when Indiana got a little bit of momentum from their team captain, Florida State strikes their spear into the hearts of Indiana fans and stops that momentum again.
See what you did there.
Quinn gets called for the foul. He is a little bit struggling to get off the floor after that play, so that might be something to keep an eye on here for Florida State.
Yeah.
Quinn,
the last
thought he had his
thing,
8th block.
Yeah, I apologize for that, Sam. Yeah, the last thing you want to have is an injury right now, just particular point. Right now, you want to maintain this, play power ball, take your shots with just a couple of seconds left to go in the shot clock, and you got this game iced on. Move on to your next game. You came in here, you made a statement against the top 10 team in the country, and you made it well. And apparently there's a voodoo curse on the Indiana rim where the ball is not allowed to go in. They need to get some dolls out here, and we need to maybe set some on fire and kind of get the evil spirits out of here right now.
Kind of like what they did 6 years ago when Eli Manning went to Detroit and did a ritual in the end zone for the Detroit Lions to lift the curse Ford Field. Indiana just cannot buy a bucket. Hart with a rebound. Florida State now pushing the ball. Hart has it. He'll dribble inside. Oh, my goodness! Garrett Hart! What a dunk that was. Threw it down with a 30. Maybe he saw Adam Sandler's White Men Can't Jump and took that. Granted, another shot is no good for Indiana. I feel like that's been a common theme tonight. A shot no good for Indiana.
And only one shot, which means Florida State has been managing to get the rebound and make them pay and not give them multiple shots at the basket. And when they have, Indiana, like Florida State, has not scored and not taken advantage of it. I'm telling you, that what gives a coach nightmare when they're going to go back and they're going to chart this game. They're going to look at the chart of this game and see how many points that they left on the floor where the shooter's foot was inside the charge circle.
Mbako again can't finish. He's been really struggling tonight. The projected top 5 pick, Mackenzie Mbako, and that's just something you got to keep an eye on, especially for next game. How will Mbako respond? Because
he started so well, Sam. He started so well. Remember, he was the one holding Indiana in the game before they made their run and actually got the lead for a while. But then he went away. It's just the flow of the game. You got to be in every possession.
Yeah, there's another shot. No good. Garrett Hart has absolutely turned it on here in the second half. There's a nice slam for Indiana. But it just comes a little bit too late here as Indiana finds themselves down 18, excuse me.
You called it. You called Garrett Hart being a second half player, and he's definitely done that now, leading his team to 27 points.
Right now, if you're Garrett Hart here, just I mean, this is exactly what you wanted to do if you were Garrett Hart. You wanted to definitely focus on. I mean, Garrett Hart's basically Saquon Barkley in the second half.
There you go.
Here on CBS, North Carolina at Iowa. Should be a fantastic contest here on CBS. I'm not sure you think it'll be a better game than the one that we have here.
Well, no, I'm not going to say nothing mean and nasty. I know it's going to be an exciting game because that's what we bring for you at SimWorld. All across the table, SimWorld U, SimWorld Prep, SimWorld this, SimWorld that. Everything is awesome because here you can see the game, be the game, baby. How's that? Is that good?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, North Carolina will play Iowa coming up next year on CBS. I mean, in all honesty, though, Maestra, Indiana, they got to go back to the drawing board here. I mean, under 90 seconds to play, half the arena has left here. A lot of disappointed fans, especially after the 7-game win streak. Now Indiana goes to 7-4 after on the season. Florida State 4-12.
So let me ask you, do you think it's more about the drawing board right now or coming up against an opponent who just happens to be playing a better brand of basketball than what you're playing?
I honestly think that for Indiana, I mean, they have the talent. I didn't mention that it was a youthful roster, and maybe that youth came out to play tonight because, again, both these teams, granted, first time this season on national television, but Indiana being the more youthful roster and less experience on television, maybe it got to them tonight.
You know, I can't even go against that at all. Like I said earlier, if you're still thinking about the game being on TV after the tip goes up, you're in the wrong frame of mind already, boo.
But maybe Indiana need to have a Empire state of mind as that free throw is no
what you did
good.
there.
88-69, Indiana pushing it up the floor. That shot no good. Quinn gets called for the foul, his fourth.
I love the fact he's still fighting for a block. I love that. Keep the heat on. Keep your foot on the gas. Keep doing what you got to do. Don't turn it off. This is a great win for them. It's a statement win for Florida State because, like my man Sam said, Indiana was going to definitely win this game by 378 points.
Yeah, I genuinely thought Indiana had the better roster going into this game, but Indiana definitely proved me wrong. Florida State definitely proved me wrong tonight. They're going to come away with a victory here, depending on what this last minute shows here, but they will definitely come away with a victory. Indiana, again, continuing to struggle from the free throw line. Winterton, again, cannot make his free throws.
I think instead of free throw line, I think you actually meant to say the entire floor because we could build a condo building the way the many bricks they put up here tonight. My goodness.
Build a whole house. Well, the arena practically empty now. Fans not happy. Again, the lid cannot just be lifted.
This is not Bloomington. This is not Bloomington. Seeing the arena like this is not commonplace.
I mean, this is just not Indiana basketball. As that one is no good. As Delio gets called for the foul.
Why you go? No, go ahead, Sam.
Mike Woodson again, just looking at the officials, like, why are you calling fouls? Like, why are we prolonging this game?
We ain't got nowhere to go. But I'd just like to take a moment and say hello to the Samuel Goldberg family. How y'all doing? Appreciate y'all chilling with us tonight and hanging out. And I'll give Sam back to you with most of the clothes he came here with.
Another free throw good for Florida State. That's something that they've capitalized on. They've made their free throws. I mean, they're literally free. I mean, and especially in an economy like this, anything free is important.
Yeah, good. Well, they got pills for that too, but it's okay.
Oh boy. Second free throw good for Florida State. They're up 90-69, which is not nice for Indiana. It is nice, however, for Florida State, who are going to come away with a statement victory here on the road against 10th-ranked Indiana. Florida State goes to 4-12. Indiana drops to 7-4, and will definitely drop on the rankings as well. As Robert McGee collects the bucket here for Indiana and Florida State. We'll just dribble this basket basketball out here with the remaining seconds on the clock. Maestro, your final thoughts here on this contest.
Very impressive game by Florida State. Very impressive completely. And I'm interested to see how Indiana's going to respond from this.
We'll definitely keep an eye on how Indiana will respond to this loss here. Florida State victorious here, 90-71 for Samuel Goldberg. For Maestro, my name's Samuel Goldberg. North Carolina and Iowa, following on CBS.
See the game be the game.
Green light, let's get it. 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 I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Hello, I'm Timothy. I got the recipe. I got the flow. I got the remedy. I know they do. I know they envy me. Feet on the floor. What they gon' say now? We came along from last place, bottom to top of the fast pace. Out of this surf, I get touchdown. I take a loss, get it back 8. I'm in the gym putting numbers up. You never there, you got bad traits. Never excuses or cover ups. Learn from the losses and bad breaks. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Who said I wasn't him? Who said it? All this talk about who's on top and who's not. Miss me with the gospel. Check the score, yeah. See me coming off the screen. Know I gave myself the green light. Catch a shoe from the 3. If I'm not the one, it doesn't seem right. I need like 2, 4, 5, 6 in them rings. I'm talking back to back to back like 23. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
I am the truth. It take a giant to fit on my shoes. Switch out the suit. S in my chest when I step out the booth. Flip on the news. Hot off the press, homie, I'm that dude. King of the zoo. Striking the tech and left it in the room. Got designer on my body. Selfies in the private jet.
See the game, be the game.
This is how you move like a boss. When you gotta go and show it. Dripping now, shining like the stars. Make them all flop. Round of applause. This is how you move like a boss. With the sauce. Like a boss. Hey, a boss. This is how you move like a boss. Like a boss. Money in the bank, like I own the bank. And it's a funny thing, cause money ain't a thing. 24 karat rings, got me give a thing, but I still got the range. This is how you move like a boss. When you gotta go and show it. Dripping now, shining like the stars. Make them all flop, round of applause. This is how you move like a boss. With the sauce. Like a boss. Hey, this is how you move like a boss. I got the swag for real. Head to toe dripping in my bag for real. Looking like a happy meal. I'm a snap for real. This is how you move like a boss. When you gotta go and show it off. Dripping now, shining like the stars. Make them all flop. Round of applause. This is how you move like a boss. Go ahead, hit them with the sauce. Soak it up and take a little pause. Shine like a star. Round of applause. This is how you move like a boss. With the sauce. Like a boss. Hey, a boss. This is how you move like a boss.
Want the good, want the bad, all the feelings. Want you happy and sad in between them. If there's one thing I truly believe in, ordinary love, ordinary love. I wanna oversleep in your shirt 'cause it's ours. Brush my teeth while you're taking a shower. If there's one thing I know, there is power in ordinary love, ordinary love. Don't you ever say you are not enough, baby, you're enough. So don't you be afraid and take a leap of faith. It doesn't have to be holy, holy. I'm not asking for a God, just as long as you show me some ordinary love. So kiss me in the night, tell me that you're mine. Don't need much to believe, doesn't have to be holy, holy. When it's ordinary love, ordinary love, ordinary love. Yeah, wanna fix, wanna heal where it's hurting. Gonna put out the fire where it's burning. I will be there with all of my being. Ordinary love, ordinary love. Yeah. Don't you ever say you are not enough, baby, you're enough. So don't you be afraid and take a leap of faith. It doesn't have to be holy, holy. I'm not asking for a God, just as long as you show me some ordinary love. So kiss me in the night, tell me that you're mine. Don't need much to believe, doesn't have to be holy, holy. When it's ordinary love, ordinary love, ordinary love, yeah. Ordinary love, ordinary love, yeah.
It is New Year's Eve. Know you people out there have some plans, but those plans absolutely will always start here with SimWorld. I'm here My name is Yels, and I'm here with my man Rick, and we have some great plans here in the great state of Iowa, go figure, as well. But Rick, excited to have you here tonight, man.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to be here, and Iowa, I hope to see a great game. We should have a great game, number 7 versus number 15. It should be a good one.
I'm going to run through these lineups real quick because this is pretty major starting this one here. UNC and Coach Hubert Davis switching up the lineup to start this one as North Carolina's first on the board. Starting point guard, the freshman Kasim Porter Jr. Moving into shooting guard is Bam Wallace and Julian Marks starting, moving into the starting role for this UNC squad, followed up by Miles James, the sophomore, and another freshman, Kadarius Stack. On the other side of it, they are taking on the leading candidate to be the number 1 pick in the SWBA draft and possibly take home player of the year, exploding onto the scene. Senior heavy squad in the middle, LaMarion Sherwood. Riding Robin Net in the middle, or up front as well, another senior. Continuing down there, Devontae Feliz, another senior. A junior, Stacy Van Arsdale in the backcourt along with Josiah Cohen. No youngster starting for them. What are you looking for in this one, Rick Blaze?
Well, I agree with everything you just said, except my man being the number 1 pick. I think he's number 2. Someone has something to say about the number 1 pick. His name is Jameson Johnson. However, I think it's going to be important for UNC to try to contain as much as they can with the big fellas. Stack is a decent defender, but he doesn't have the size. So it's going to take a team effort for North Carolina to try to limit the big fella from having a monstrous game, which we know he can't have. For North Carolina side, they got to use their youth, their quickness. They're going to need to try to outrun and outpace to get some easy bucket points against this Iowa team.
LaMarion Sherwood has absolutely been a load in the middle for this Iowa team, but what is going under the radar for many is we see a big-time bucket there from Devontae Feliz is the upperclassmen and senior leadership from this squad, the great IQ on display. This team, lots of ball movement, lots of great passing, but if they need to stop and get a bucket, they clear out, get some space, and give it to the big fella down low. But they are more than just LaMarion Sherwood, which is the reason they have the number 7 ranking in the country right now.
100%. They are, like you said, a very smart basketball club. They don't make a lot of mistakes. More importantly, they know what everyone's supposed to be in the position they're supposed to play, and they do their job very well.
On the other side, North Carolina, the fabulous freshman Kasim Porter Jr., also known as KPJ. There are a few of those in the world. He's trying to lay his claim to being the main one. A lot of people say that he has the best passing vision in all of SimWorld U at just a freshman. Rick, what are your thoughts on that?
People who know me know him very high. Oh, good lay. People who know me know him very high on KPJ. He has a goo gobs of talent. I see him. He has a Stephon Marbury ceiling for me. Not really. He reached that ceiling or not. Who knows? But that's how high I think of this young man. And it's only going to get better as time goes on. So you don't have to tell me about KPJ. Just like you don't have to tell Moses about the flood. We already know.
Beautiful hesitation step there from Miles James. 6'9", 230 is known to be able to put it on the floor, and he does it in transition there to give North Carolina a 4-point lead here. North Carolina's defense in this one is looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, transition. They getting out fast break points, which is what we just saw in the last possession. I think that's going to be a key for North Carolina to get a win tonight on the road.
Miles James working down low on the smaller defender.
Mouse in the house.
Looks like Stacy Van Arsdale caught out on the island on the switch there. Rick Blaze, could we ask for a bit? I mean, there's a lot of stuff we could have seen some other matchups, but New Year's Eve, Iowa, no Iowa, pretty good matchup tonight.
Yeah, you got 2 top 10 teams playing against, or top 15 teams playing against each other today. Both teams are really playing really good this season, and both have star power or marquee players on their team. Good lay. And Sherwood on one side and KPJ on the other side. And they got some others who are actually pretty good, in Van Arsdale and others as well. So very good matchup. We expect a very good game. And North Carolina's doing what they're supposed to do right now with a 6-point lead.
Well, they're pushing the tempo is one of the things that I'm seeing. You've pointed that out already. Is there we see Stacey Van Arsdale from the corner. They are pushing the tempo. They've played a lot better when they played an up-tempo game. As we've seen this season, they've struggled when they get forced into a half-court game. So I do think that Coach Davis has noticed that and said, hey, let's get out and run one of the shakeups with this lineup. But it is a clash of styles here as we're going to see if Iowa is going to be willing to slow the game down and just kind of pound and ground on the inside. They haven't done so far. Great play there by Miles James.
But this is the second time Arsdale got stuck on the big. I don't know what's going on the switch, but if you think Arsdale can handle big fella down low in the paint, 6'9", you got another thing coming. He's going to get his lunch handed to him every time.
Yes, indeed. Beautiful ball movement there. Beautiful block. Miles James, who's been coming on for the last few games here, showing just what he's capable of out of South Carolina. Charleston, stand up, 7 points a game, 7.5 rebounds a game. There he is showing it off on the defense again.
Yeah, any ball player with the last name James can hoop.
Oh?
That's just my theory.
Now I'm going to have to dig in the archives now and think about something. We got a couple of Mike Jameses. There's 2 Mike Jameses that can ball. We got LeBron James. I think the jury's still out on Bronny James, though. It's got to be.
Well, he's killing the G League right now.
That's G League, Rick.
Well, I mean, you can only play when you're playing.
You know who should be in the G League? We can go ahead and get this party started right, so people know it's me and you on the broadcast tonight. I think Anthony Davis should be in the G League.
Oh my God.
Him and Carl Anthony. Carl Anthony Towns.
It's only been a few minutes in the first half. We already going there.
Who's a better big man, Lamarian Sherwood or Anthony Davis? I have an answer. I'm going Lamarian Sherwood because Anthony Davis is not a big man. He's a little guy that's tall.
He's a skinny man that's tall.
He's just a little dude that happens to be tall.
I mean, technically that's true because he used to play guard. That's how he
still plays guard. He still plays guard. Bam Wallace at the line. Actually, he doesn't play at all. He doesn't play at all.
Tell him Anthony Davis is going to have something to say to you really, really soon in these threads.
You're
asking for the new year, yeah.
He does not only not play big man, he does not play guard either. He plays athletic trainer on the bench.
Wow.
You need to know where the icy hot is. You find Anthony Davis. Big time shot from the corner. As we got a good one here. I don't want to get too far off the rails, Rick. That's my bad. Bam Wallace here rolling in this one so far. Got a good one. 2-point game. Looks like both teams are playing their game, but Miles James showing up big time so far. Already 10 points. And Lamarian Sherwood not rolling just yet, but these teams are moving the ball. And honestly, I like what I'm seeing from North Carolina as far as the ball not being stagnant as it has been in the past.
Absolutely. And it starts with Kasim Porter Jr., who has no problem passing the ball to the open guy. When your starting point guard is unselfish, it seems to rub off on the rest of the team like it has tonight.
So you called him, you see his ceiling is Stephon Marbury. Now, I'm not saying he's not athletic. Whenever we do these comparisons, people start going crazy. As we see Kareem Shahzad from deep 6'8", knocking it down from the corner. His corners are wide open right now for Iowa. It's going to be a trouble. But I see a lot, far more athletic, but I see Jason Kidd. I see a young Jason Kidd, the one that was aggressive, but he still was always trying to find the open man. That's what I see. Like he could score.
He can shoot better. Back in the day when, back in this time, his name was Jason Kidd. Everybody was calling him Asen Kidd because he didn't have a J.
Yeah.
He didn't get the J in his name as far as his jump shot till much later in his career. I think that my man Kasim Porter Jr. is already light years ahead of him as far as shooting touch. He does have the court vision. He's super athletic. Again, he's a wizard with the ball. He's the guy who can get you 10 dimes, but he's also the guy that can score 25 against you, which is why I think he's a Marbury type. He plays a little playground on the court, you know what I mean? So he got some swag in his bag. I really like his game a lot as he missed his free throw right now. That's not good, but I really like his game a lot. I think he's a better offensive, well-rounded player than Jason Kidd was at this point in his career.
Not gonna fight you on that at all, and really, I think I just kind of lean to that when I say the mentality, because he's absolutely looking to pass more than he's looking to score. But right now, he's going around his man to the bucket. I love it when these guys must hear me in their ear and want to shut me up. Great move by Kasim Porter Jr.
I'm telling you, he can drop a 20-30 piece on you and no problems.
Side Cohen working on him defensively. Still not seeing the ball flow down to big Lemarian Sherwood, which I find interesting, as he's matched up with Kadarius Stack.
Who's a decent defender. He doesn't have the size to keep Sherwood from bullying him down the paint. He's a decent straight-up defender.
All tied up here, Rick. If Iowa is able to pull this up, as we see KBJ from outside, he can't get it to go, but the follow from Sean Hyman, the athlete. If Iowa pulls this off, as we continue to see the upper echelon of the SP25 continue to absolutely dominate.
Block. Oh, it's a block.
Well, refs didn't think so. We are in Iowa. That was a great contest nonetheless, even if he did get a hand. But Rick, yeah, the SP25, the top half of the SP25 has just really played really well, specifically the top 10. In your opinion, if Iowa were to go on and pick up this win against North Carolina on this New Year's Eve, do they get a boost? Do they become legitimately a hoopsteria contending team in people's eyes, or are they still just the Lemarian Sherwood show and not really in contention for a championship?
Well, I'll say this: if you're number 7 in the league right now, then you are a hoopsteria contender. Now, are they better than Duke, Alabama, Kentucky, Georgia Tech, Texas, which is the top 5? I don't think so. Not right now. So are they like the top 3 guys for? I think where they are at number 7 is where they should be. Maybe you might have a point between them and Arkansas, maybe at 6. But I don't think at this point they're better than Texas, who's at 5, Georgia Tech at 4, Kentucky 3, Alabama 2, and Duke 1. Especially 1, 2, and 3. Those guys on a different echelon, on a different tier, different plateau by themselves.
Kadarius Stack Jr. taking the challenge here so far, as Lemarian Sherwood is going to have to get it at the free throw line, says Kadarius Stack. But I'll say this, Rick, which I can't disagree with you, but here's the thing. You got your Duke and you got your Alabama. They, in my opinion, and in many experts' opinions, are they're light years ahead of most teams in
Kentucky's not in that conversation?
Kentucky's good, but I think, again, this is not my opinion. I'm just kind of putting it out there, but Alabama and Duke just seem like runaway team. Like they never seem out of control of the game at all. At all. Okay. When we talk about Kentucky and Texas, I think when they're on, they are flamethrowers, but we've seen some duds. We've had an example so far this season to see some absolute duds from both of them. This Iowa team, for me personally, and this is really just my opinion, I've seen them lose. They remind me a lot of Canelo Alvarez in boxing, which I think he should have an L on his record based on a couple of fights that I've seen. But I've never ever seen them just look bad and like they fell apart. Maybe they lost the game, but never that they got beat.
Hold on, Yells. I've seen Alvarez look bad to Mayweather.
What I'm saying, that's Floyd. They was fighting the greatest boxer of all time. Look, let's not get on boxing. I was just making.
You lost that bet to me, by the way.
Anyhow, you won't put that out in the streets, so everyone doesn't need to know that. But what I'm saying, and if we can stay on the Canelo Alvarez, he lost a fight, but I've never ever, with the exception of one fight, and I can't remember the guy's name, and it was for a short period, you've never seen him look like he was gonna get knocked out, ever. He can take a hell of an ass whooping. When I look at Iowa, I've never seen them just getting beat. And I can only say that about 2 other teams, and that's Duke and that is Alabama. So, they're in my ear saying we got to get to break, Rick. We got a good one here, 23-25. Shout out everybody that is here tuned in with us on New Year's Eve. We'll be right back after this to maybe we're going to show y'all some love. We'll be right back.
Rebound pass. Back out
Yo, and we're back out of the timeout. Shout out to the chat. People in the chat, SimWorld 4K is where you can find us, SimWorld Sports, everywhere, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, IG, your grandma's house, the bathroom stall at certain spots and clubs around the US of A. Now, let's give some shout outs. Shout out to Jay Midoriya, shout out to Kai Killings, shout out to Coach Dre, shout out to Israel, shout out to Coach Pope, shout out to Jackson Sutton, shout out to Koya Monroe. Look at me. Shout out to Hawkman. He didn't put his actual name. So shout out to Darius Carter. Shout out Cole Collins. Shout out to Monte Parsons. Coach Simpson. Coach Joyner. Shout out to Enzo Wolf. Shout out to Maestro. What up? Shout out to you guys. Rerun. What's up?
I'm gonna get a couple in real quick. We get back to this really good game we got going on. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, not only here on YouTube, big time throwdown there from Ryder Rouse. Everyone is tuned in on Facebook Gaming, LinkedIn. Believe it or not, yeah, we're running live on LinkedIn. Be about your business. Tune in on LinkedIn. Tune in on TikTok. I see all 240, 80 y'all not saying a damn word. Start speaking up. Everyone is locked in on on X, and then shout out to I Am Wings World, Tony Zio Beck, Lank 23, AC. I think that's Arthur Lattimore locked in. KP the Genie and Dre Sand. Tune in over on Instagram. Shout out to y'all. Last shout out, Rick. I'm gonna throw this one out here because you know I'm the Pettyweight champ. Shout out to everyone who checked in, tuned in, and then checked back out and is not gonna get their EMs and their progression. You won't get to be Lamarian Sherwood that way. I'm sorry, Rick. Go ahead.
Since we've been honest and we've been transparent, we're also broadcasting live on Link Up as well. I'm broadcasting now on live.
That's Rick.
On my own personal page.
That's Rick.
We're everywhere, baby. We're everywhere we should be, and some of the places we shouldn't.
Yeah, you can catch Rick on that one. That one generally airs after midnight Pacific time. So that's not a SimWorld. That's not SimWorld After Dark. We're not there yet, guys. But as of right now, we got Iowa up by 3 on North Carolina. Good back and forth game. You know, I always like to call out the youngsters and call out our viewers. Some would call this a blowout right now as soon as it gets up to 4-point game. But this has been really back and forth.
This has been an excellent game. Yes. And I'll say this. If you North Carolina, there is a little bit of concern. You're down 4, and Sherwood has not even gotten rolling yet.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to nip that in the bud because that's a dangerous man. That's a very dangerous man.
Kamarian Bracken now checked into the game. He has been the starting point guard or starting shooting guard I'm not sure. He's been in the backcourt, but he's been a starter all season. He's been moved to the bench as we see Sean Hyman finishing. Mr. Offense checked into the game right now. No Lamarian Sherwood on the court for Iowa at the moment.
See the big fella got there.
Robinette with the ball. Working on Sean Hyman. Puts the ball on the floor. Draws the foul. Some good ball handling there.
Yeah, I like that by Sean Hyman. That's a great foul. Hey, you doing all that dancing out there? When you come up here, son, you gonna eat some turf. You gonna eat this elbow. You gonna catch these hands, and you got to get it from the line. If you ain't gonna make me look bad on TV on CBS, my mom is watching.
That's a good foul because he did mix him up on the perimeter there first.
It
almost got
He got him.
The confetti almost fell.
Robinette almost put him in the basket there just now.
Tell you, I'm waiting. It is New Year's Eve. It is the late game. Get to act a little bit of a fool, but yeah, somebody get mixed up on that perimeter. That ball drops down low to Lamarian Sherwood. People need to get out of the way. This is a poster night. This is the night that the ball drops, if you know what I mean.
The ball drops. The ball drops. All balls are dropping tonight.
Indeed. He misses both at the line.
Wow.
No balls dropping through the net at the charity stripe for Robinette. North Carolina with a chance to tie this one back up. Miles James going back to work. He's been a threat all night so far. He gets the tough finish.
That was a foul too. The ref must have dinner plans too because they're not calling nothing out there.
physical game here. Miles James leading all scorers. Didn't have this on my bingo card. 12 points so far. Looking very aggressive. Robinette being defended by Julian Marks. Great pass down low, cut, and we see some of that patented ball movement from this Fran McCaffrey squad. And then we see an ill-advised shot. No good, 29-29.
That was a terrible possession by Iowa on that one.
And that's a no, yes. Kamarian Bracken's been doing that all season long.
That's his career. That's how he get down.
SimWorld used J.R. Smith. Knocks it down for three, and it's a 3-point lead. North Carolina with the lead now in this back-and-forth game.
And North Carolina doesn't necessarily shoot the 3 ball like that great as a team. So if they can get somebody to step up and knock 4 or 5 of those bad boys down, you're like, oh, great. Sticking of 3, step back, watch your back. 3 ball.
Dimitri Simonton out of Oskaloosa, Iowa.
With the Oski-Woski. I like it.
Tuski-Wooski, Oskalooski. One of Rick's favorite places to visit. Oskaloosa.
Absolutely.
Get Looska.
Get Looska.
We're back all tied up here. Robinette at the top of the key puts a move on Kadarius Stack. He's shifty. He's crafty.
Wow.
And Bracken's going to throw it away here. Did he go behind his back on Kadarius Stack?
Oh my God. Made him touch earth. Wow. I didn't know if my man was playing defense or was he playing connect? Was he playing twister? It's like somebody said right hand on green.
They're looking like Wesley Johnson, wasn't he? Well, Robinette with the ball here. They're going to bring over the double team this time. Say no, thank you. Ball swings over, and there's another move. Canarian Bracken puts on skates. Whew. And that's the thing, Rick. This squad, this Iowa squad, again, as we see Lemarian Sherwood still on the bench. They have guys. We talk about the ball movement. We talk about the IQ, and people may think to themselves, "Hey, this is one of the regular old Northwestern boring ball movement teams." They have guys who can put the ball on the floor, as we see the shot there by Sean Porter Jr. But they have guys on the court that can put the ball on the floor and go get their own shot.
Yep, exactly. They again, this team is so great at knowing their strengths and playing to them. Each player do, which is hard for players to do and hard for coaches to get players to play. Because everybody wanted to be Jordan, everybody want to be spectacular, but instead they just make the smart play and they take the opportunities when they have the chance.
The beauty of having this many upperclassmen on a team, am I right?
Yep, agreed. And you already know a lot of these guys not going to the next level. So for them, this is going to be their final year to try to win a championship. So they're all in on a team concept, which works wonders for the team and works wonders for the coach as well.
Tough shot by Vaughn Arsdale. Can't get it to go on the other end. Kadarius Stack stacks the Legos on top of Iowa's head. We see Ryder Robinette here, 6'8", 220, bringing the ball up the court, Rick.
Say, man,
playing a little bit of
Robinette is putting boys in the bassinet right now tonight. He is a handful.
When you see he's brought the bigs for North Carolina out extended where they have to bring pressure, some type of pressure at the top of the key, at least defensive. And that's allowing Iowa to go to the basket. We see the pick and roll there. More of that beautiful passing and spacing.
And if you know about bigs, you know most bigs don't like to get out of that paint. They become out of their comfort zone. So Robinette just about pulling them away from the basket. Those bigs are it's offensive, good defensive style.
Van Arsdale fired up after that one, yelling at Kamarian Bracken's ear. We'll see what Bracken has to say about that. Iowa's still down one. Yeah.
I have a question. For the Van Arsdale's family, how rich you think they are? Like rich or rich?
Did you say rich or rich?
Yeah.
That's old money, man. We heard our man E Lava. He's talked about where that history's lineage from. Between him and Maestro, they give us all of our background on the 1800s. And I mean that money. The Van Arsdales go back. They go back to the founders of this country, actually.
When they were shooting muskets for New Year's?
I mean, I had to tell you, I almost fell out of my chair when I was watching at home, watching one of the SimWorld U broadcasts, and Maestro made the comment, you know, when you and I played back, he's talking to E, when we played back in the day when we played in dress shoes. I thought that was the funniest thing I ever heard. They didn't have sneakers yet. Anybody who doesn't catch the joke. They didn't even have Converse yet. My God. Penny loafers. They was rocking penny loafers.
Oh, man, you gotta love Maestro and Eagle Album, man.
Yes, you do. Kamarian Bracken still on court, finishing over the outstretched arm. Lemarian Sherwood back in the game. 38-39. Rick, what does one of these teams have to do to pull away? Or is it even possible tonight?
I think it's going to be a close game most of the night. But I'll say this. Whichever team can muster their will the most. Again, if you're North Carolina, you want to run up and down the court, fast break points. And if you're Iowa, when you need a bucket, you pound it into the big fella, and you let him go to work like a part-time job on holiday weekend.
Has not been the case thus far. Lemarian Sherwood just 4 points, just 2 shot attempts. However, has been on the glass. We've seen halves where he has not been totally involved, and then he turned around and put up 32 in the second half. I think you may have been on call for one of those, Rick. So anything is possible.
Yeah.
On New Year's Eve.
Indeed. We're on the eve of a new year. Happy New Year's to everybody in advance. In case I don't get to tell you guys later, we're going into the new year 2025, and SimWorld is getting, as the country folk would say, gooder and gooder.
Or betterer and betterer? How about that one? I like that.
Why not? It's going to be 2025. Might as well.
Did you know that conversate is now in the dictionary, so we can do whatever we want?
That's terrible news. Yes, it is. I found that out. Well, I guess if you're going to let bootylicious be in the dictionary, anywhere is possible at this point.
Yeah, whatever Beyonce says is allowed in the dictionary. That's a rule.
But yes, conversate is actually considered. That's terrible that we're in a society where you can do wrong for so long that they'll just make it right. Welcome to America.
Welcome to Iowa. Welcome to Iowa right now, where we have a derby.
It's been back and forth. Both teams have been exchanging leads. Iowa just took the lead, and we're going to see my man make this free throw here to give North Carolina back the lead again. We've had 4 to 5 lead changes already so far in this first half with 2 minutes left to go.
Sean Hyman here, a graduate of SimWorld Prep, the up-and-coming prep league, the premier prep league in the world.
Craig.
In the world, Craig. Putting on for SimWorld Prep, just under 2 minutes to go. He gets them both to go. Josiah Cohen.
Good shot. Good move.
Uses the little deception screen there from Lemarian Sherwood, gets a step on his man, drops his shoulder, gets it to go.
Yeah, he has that herky-jerky type.
Woo!
Here we go. Never fake the funk on a nasty dunk.
No. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. Another high screen and roll here. He's going to go right. Kasim Porter, good defense. Great shot. Lemarian Sherwood on the glass saying, I will get mine however I need to. 44-43 Iowa.
You got to box that big fella out. He can have 15, 16, 19 rebounds in a game with no problem. Speaking of boxing out,
UNC getting to the rack at will so far in this one. And it looks like Josiah Cohen is seeing something that he likes as he's going to that high screen and roll multiple times here.
Yeah, he must be the only one that like it because he ain't making it yet.
Kasim Porter with the finish. Saw an opening and threw it down.
Starberry.
Man, Sherwood beating his man down the court, goes up and through Miles James. You had to know that was coming.
And one trick. Hey, let me tell you something. If there's one person who doesn't matter, he doesn't mind getting fouled and still going up the shot, it's Sherwood. He's probably still going to make it. He's just that strong.
I wish we'd get a stat on that here. Something will probably happen at the SWBA level at some point, but just how often he finishes through a foul. It seems
Most
like
of the time.
if it's around the rim, it goes in.
Yes, he's probably 7 out of 10 when he's fouled. It's probably an and one 7 out of 10 times.
Bam Wallace with the ball here. Defended by the man Sherwood.
You might want to pass this. He might not want to shoot this on 24.
Sherwood, good lateral movement here to stay with that perimeter player. Kasim Porter
That's
here.
smart.
High screen and roll. Sean Hyman slips it. Beautiful pass. You see there how Kasim Porter waited that extra half second till he can make that pass? That's that IQ that we're talking about. 3-point lead going at halftime. Can he tie it up? He cannot. Iowa is down 3 at home. Number 7 team in the country on the ropes to a great UNC squad. Rick, what have you seen that stood out to you so far in this first half?
I've seen both teams fighting for sure. Both players getting it done, and not necessarily with their star players. On the side of Iowa, a bunch of guys not named Sherwood have stepped up and played really good basketball. It's been a team sport. They hit a couple of threes. Van Arsdale has did his thing. Cohen came in late, has done his thing. And on the side for North Carolina again, we had James that led the team with 12 points, starting the team off. And then KPJ coming on late. So all of the others for both teams are keeping the games close and keeping the teams in it. So you know what that means. The second half, the big boys going to step out, and they're going to be the deciding factor of who wins, who loses. And by the way, Kadarius Stack Jr. was playing also a game of Twister on the court.
We'll be right back after this. This game brought to you by Twister.
Aboard, folks. Just go ahead and take any empty seat that you see.
I hope it's not contagious. So I do have it. When your mom wakes up, can you tell her about me?
We are back in Iowa. I got a little lost there. Iowa City, ensuring I knew where we were. Iowa City, Kamarian Brackett off the bench to lead UNC in scoring with 11 so far. Ryder Rawls leading the way there as we see Josiah Cohen again on the high screen and roll, getting it done.
Getting busy.
Rick, is there, in your opinion, when you have a go-to guy but something else is working, do you stay with that other thing that's working and come in with what you know is going to work when it's time, or do you just say, okay, it's time to go for what you know?
Look at my man. Look at Strawberry. Look at Strawberry getting hot. People say he can't shoot. Look at him getting hot from the 3-point. That's the second one tonight. Now you go with what's hot. You go with what's going on. You go with what's working. If the pick and roll is going, you keep milking. I always like to say, I ain't trying to milk a cow. I'm trying to milk a duck. That's how much milk I'm trying to get out of this bad boy. I want to keep milking until I can't milk it no more. Then you go for what you know.
Iowa down 3. Maybe thinking to themselves, maybe it is time that we get Lemarion Sherwood involved. Biggest lead of the game could be had by UNC right here. KPJ goes to the lane, great pass, great catch up on defense.
He should have shot it.
You know, if he could have handled it, if he was ready for such a great pass, that's part of the game too, is being ready to catch that thing. KPJ from deep puts it up, can't get it to go, but guess who's there? Miles James with the follow.
Yeah, that was a pass.
You think so? He threw it at the rim.
Yeah, he missed his shot on the rim on purpose so Buddy can get it and put it. He should get an assist for that. That's
a beautiful pass right there. To half-court laser all the way into the lane. This Iowa crowd's getting going on a New Year's Eve here. Julian Marks with the ball. He's going to put a spin move on there. Josiah Cohen coming up with the steal, and Iowa's out on the break. Josiah Cohen again. Using some of that hockey physicality. He's a well-known hockey player in the area. He puts his shoulder in his defender and gets it up there. 1 point game.
Yeah, by him having that hockey background, lets me know he doesn't mind getting physical as a matter of fact, he prefers it.
Bam!
He got lost that seat. Somebody go find a young man. He was lost that seat.
Bam Wallace. Teaching you why his name is Bam. The quick move on the perimeter, throwing it down in the paint uncontested. There is a foul on Miles James, and there's some of that senior leadership I'm talking about there, Rick. Roy Robinette gets into the paint, says, "Let's slow this thing down." Gets his man in the air and just draws a foul. So hey, let's get some easy buckets here.
Yeah, just like that.
Ryden Robinette out of Waterloo, Iowa, 6'8", 220. Says he wants to be a coach after his playing days are over. Rick, how about this? You know he wants, or better yet, you know he carries a box of Lucky Charms everywhere with him. Apparently his best friend gave it to him many years ago. For a special event, he carries this box of Lucky Charms. Don't know if it's full or empty, but he carries it with him everywhere he goes.
Does he actually eat the Lucky Charms as well?
Irrelevant. Of no consequence, I'm not quite sure.
Another dive from KPJ, by the way.
Timeout here from Fran McCaffrey. I think we're going to stay right here for a second. Rick, I got a question for you. You like sports?
I love them.
You know anybody else that likes sports?
I do.
Do you agree that most things are enjoyable with a friend?
Absolutely. All things are enjoyable with a friend.
Well, if you love sports, where else should you be other here with us at SimWorld Sports? Better yet, SimWorld Hoops at the server, discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. Catching us here on SimWorld TV, where we're broadcasting CBS, ESPN, and whatever else you need to see. Right now, we got basketball on deck, baby, and if you love hoops, this is where you're supposed to be. If you think you know everything about basketball and you want to tell your coach what to do and here's what should happen, you want to do the Monday night and the Monday afternoon, morning quarterbacking, when it comes to basketball court, come here. 5,000 EM signing bonus for head coaches. 5,000 EM signing bonus if you refer a head coach and they stick around, they do what needs to be done. And matter of fact, if you want to come in and just be a super fan and talk your cash money without being involved in any way, we give you a signing bonus as well. SimWorld Sports is the only place where you can do that. We pay you.
In other words, we're just trying to get you paid for the new year.
Yeah, we're trying to help you level up. We're trying to pay you. We're not. Guess what? We're not trying to take your money. We're trying to give you some.
It's like a pimp in reverse.
Interesting. Interesting. Bam Wallace being defended by Stacey Van Arsdale, who's giving up about 4 inches, 5 inches on height there. Can't get it to go. Lemarian Sherwood secures the rebound. Iowa looking to get back this game back into to a 1-point deficit, potentially tied up. Can't get it to go. Lemarian Sherwood on the glass again. That's a block from Kadarius Stack. Lemarian Sherwood says, all I need is a second chance. Oh, Biggie, give me one more chance.
He didn't stop.
You got to be ready to pack a lunch.
Get shot, you just put a battery in his back. Like you just charge him up more.
Rick, you know that this is what they used to say about Shaq. He just get it up on the glass. So like if you're going to defend Shaq, not only did you have to guard him 48 minutes, but you had to guard him multiple possessions on the same possession. He'd reset, he'd go get it off the glass. You got to be ready to stop him a few times in one possession.
Yep, 100%.
Stack there with some good defense, forces a miss on the inside, and Sherwood looking to get more involved here. Still a 3-point game. Miles James, aggressive all night.
He's out of control on that one, though.
A little bit. Great pass out there. Iowa resetting here, slowing down. They've got a good matchup. Drawing a double team, kicks it back out. No rush. They're going to start back over here, and they're going to find the big man down low. Sherwood with Miles James on him. He's going to drop the elbow. He goes right through him and draws the foul. And one treat.
I know, Miles. I know it. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I know.
Rick, so we all know, I think anyone who knows Rick Blaze knows how big a Jamison Johnson fan you are. Under what pretenses do you take Sherwood over Johnson? Or if you want to let people know why you take Johnson over Sherwood, this is because he just looks like an animal at times when we see him. Just kind of break it down for people, your personal opinion on the matter.
Yes, Sherwood is a paint dominant big. Here comes shenanigans. A paint dominant big. He's not quite Shaq, but he's Shaq-esque about how his ability to dominate around the paint. And be very aggressive in doing so. So if you're looking for that type of player, the Sherwood is your guy, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's a phenomenal player. However, the Jamison Johnson he's more of a Tim Duncan type. Like he has the inside game where he can mix you up an inside. But he also got a little 15-foot jumper. He has an array of moves around the basket. He's a good passer. He can shoot the 3 occasionally. Like his game is just to put it simply, Sherwood dominate from within 5 to 7 feet from the basket. James Johnson can dominate all the way out to about 17 feet from the basket. That's the difference.
You think they both have a place in today's SWNBA?
100%.
SWBA, excuse me.
100%.
I think one of the things
it just depends on what you're looking for. What you're looking for in your bigs, right? Like I said, Sherwood is going to be. He's going to stay in the paint. He's not going to get paint. He's most effective, most efficient in the paint. If I kind of think about a current player that I can say that about, there aren't many like that this day and age. There aren't any. He's like what Dwight Howard used to be. What Dwight Howard was. And so if you're looking for a Dwight Howard type, then Sherwood's probably your man. If you're looking for a Tim Duncan type, then Jamison Johnson is your guy. And last time I checked, Tim Duncan was a bit better than Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard was phenomenal.
Hubert Davis is losing his mind on the sideline. We're going to give him a chance to cool off here as he is not happy with some of the shenanigans going on. We're going to take a quick break. Keep it locked with us here. 2-point game. Great game before you fellas go out and get drunk. We know what you're going to do. We know what you're going to do. Because we're going to do it too.
I know what I'm doing.
We'll be right back. We are back here in Iowa where it's been a good game. 61-59 UNC. We had left out. We were kind of talking about the differences between a Jamison Johnson and a Lemarian Sherwood, but there's a few other ones out there. Cooper Flagg, not a traditional big, but projected to play in the front court in the SWBA. There's a few others out there. And what we can say is if you like Jamison Johnson, or if you would take a Lemarian Sherwood, or if you would take a, let me see here, if you would take a
DJ Childs.
I knew you were going to say that. A Carl Holmes. There is a return of the big man that is being seen and is being ushered in by SimWorld U. Big time finish there.
And one trick.
Anybody can say it.
Knock it down.
Devontae Feliz, 12 points a game, trying to get it rolling here in this one. But the return of the big man is on, Rick.
A Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
You are late, sir. You are late.
It's Christmas somewhere.
Is it? You almost made that work. You almost tricked somebody. You almost tricked somebody. Rick, though, this return of the big man, you think that's how far do you think that goes in the grand scheme of basketball? Everyone gonna taper off all these analytic threes from the corners and just chucking it up and move back to more of a basic style, or no?
I think it goes far as the talent that's available. So you see these bigs that's coming up. It just so happened that we have a cluster of talented, big, traditional playing bigs that's coming out around the same time. So I don't think they get enough credit. That was almost a backward, by the way. I don't think they get enough credit for the game becoming what it needs to become based on the talent that's available. When your bigs stop playing inside, they start playing guard positions like you say Anthony Davis does and have the guard skill set and still want to play guards as 6'10" and 7 foot, then the game has to change. So once you get bigs that's coming up now that's play traditional inside the paint, then the game is going to change again. So I think it's going to be as good as the talent that's available. And I'm really excited about the talent that's currently available at the big position.
And it's all starting with the development. SimWorld Prep, the league's premier prep basketball league. This coming Saturday, 2 p.m., the championship game of the Golden State Showdown, but apparently SimWorld TV runs these things called local streams where you can tune in and you don't get the luxury of hearing my lovely voice or Rick Blaze or anyone else's. You just watch some basketball and you shut your ass up. So tune in for that. Local stream starting roughly 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. I believe Eastern. So that's a great day of prep hoops. So make sure you're tuned in for that. And by the way, man, Rick, there's a lot of media action around these days. If you guys are not tuned into that media feed and dropping some comments and getting engaged, not only does it hurt you, it hurts our media team feeling. We got shout out to Rico. Shout out to Sniper J. Shout out to Samuel Goldberg giving you all the love. And then, of course, we always got the OG faces from some of these mediums. Yourself, Rick Blaze, J.K. Candell, B-Ron. I guess we'll say Marsh's name, whatever. Marsh and Maestro. Who am I forgetting? Davion. Make sure you guys are interacting with the content out there. There's lots of it. No place in the world, no other sim league you'll get anything like that. In the words of my man Rick Blaze, if you think you're getting some of these things somewhere else and you're trying those things out, you're cheating on us, don't play yourself. SimWorld Sports, the only place where you can see the game, be the game.
Don't be lame.
Big time finish there by Julian Marks to pull this game back to 3 after we saw the largest lead of the game thus far. High pick and roll here in Lemarian Sherwood.
There we go. Good block order there.
That's Hawkeye's ball. Huh. Rick, let me ask you this. Honestly, I could say all game where we're used to just seeing Lemarian Sherwood just absolutely go to work. In this one, it's almost as if I was taking a different approach here where they're saying, hey, we're would they, UNC has some good defenders and inside presence. They want to pull them out on the screen and roll and just let Lemarian go get it off the glass.
I think the coach, and I got to give them credit, they're just sticking with what's working. They're saying, we're going to run this screen and roll, we're going to run this pick and roll at the top, and as long as it's getting us baskets, we're going to keep running it. And until you guys stop it consistently, then we're not going to get away from it. I respect that. That's what you call senior leadership. That's what you call upperclassman play, who understands the value of winning, and we do whatever it takes. If that means Sherwood is not the primetime person of this game for us to win, then so be it.
15 points, as we say that. He's got 15. I believe my scoreboard may not even be fully up to date. 15 points, 12 rebounds. The other thing about that, you run that screen and roll, you draw that big out. I think they're making a statement of Lemarian Sherwood. He can get the rebound through any of you suckers at any point in time.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter. If Sherwood wants the ball, Sherwood finds a way to get the ball. It's pretty much that simple.
In the words of Ray Rice, one day in class, so I've heard. So I've been told by multiple sources. Ray Rice don't take no tests.
That's it. Don't take no tests.
That was it. The testing had just begun, and he stood up immediately, put the pencil down, said Ray Rice ain't take no tests. I presume he got a 100.
Well, as we come to find out, Ray Rice don't take a lot of stuff.
You will end that one by saying
Ray Rice don't take no lip. He don't take no lip either.
Oh no, Rick, not tonight. We're on CBS. We can't do that one. Big deep two from Dimitri Simonton. Foot on the line there to keep it at a 5-point lead. Jeez, Rick. Sheesh. Bam Wallace here working on the interior. Julian Marks waiting on a screen of his own. Puts it up. Gets it to fall. Big time bucket.
Now, if you're North Carolina, you need to stop right here. They've been killing you guys on the screen and roll. They've been getting whatever they want on that. You need to put an end to it. You need to adjust. He split the defense. Rotation device. Beautiful.
Wow. More high IQ basketball there. Kamarian Bracken in the game. Draws the double team. Sean Hyman's going to reset here. You know whose name we have not called a lot here has been Bam Wallace. Shut out of this one so far. Just 2. He's got 10 points.
He's been flirting with that backcourt line for the entire second half. He finally put his size 9.5 shoe over it for real this time.
Sherwood going to go to the bench as Roy Robinette checks back in. Both of these teams going to their smaller lineups. Sean Hyman here, the freshman who's been working a little bit, showing his athleticism off here. Going to the ISO here. He's going to work on his man. He's going to draw a foul. The crowd does not agree. Go figure.
That's a smart move. That's a smart move by Hyman. Go to the basket, put the referees in a tough position to make a call, and they did.
Because Kareem Shahzad picking up that foul. So we see Sean Hyman here. Sean Hyman, upon coming to UNC, was caught up in a little bit of drama upon his arrival. But he's come out of this pretty good.
A little bit.
Youngest of 3 growing up. We've all heard of his older brother, Trey Hyman, and the spotlight that he put on gambling in the game of sports at the amateur level. Interesting stuff here. Good for the game.
Oh, squish.
Josiah Cohen getting it done here as the high pick and roll continues to work. Hubert Davis calls himself a time out. We're going to stay here, Rick. Let's see if you can catch this one. You played this little game with others and they weren't ready to catch up. Let's see what you got.
Let's do it.
No.
Who started? Me or you? Hey, bro, you watched SimWorld today? It was wild.
Nah, I ain't have much time today, man.
My God, you got 5 free minutes a day. F4H out of here. The interaction SimWorld might disappear though.
You're right. I definitely need to interact more, keep SimWorld going.
But how'd you keep reading it? Reminder, support SimWorld through activity and referrals. Okay? Okay.
Great community.
Notification, SimWorld Sports.
Yeah. Great community. Most immersion you're ever going to see. How y'all like that production? It's pretty nice, Shane. It's pretty cute. It's pretty pretty. It's top tier production, realism. And how much is it?
It's $3.99.
Free.
$3.99.
Yeah. It's freer than a co-host with AJ in the 90s.
That was some good free.
Indeed it was. Miles James inbounding the ball here. 5-point game, 10 minutes left in a dandy. Kamarian Bracken on the floor, no KPJ, no Lamarian Sherwood. We're going to find out what the others can do before we get into the meat of this game. Sean Hyman still working down low. Good defense there from Shazad.
Yeah, I think they could have got a better shot than that. I would imagine both the star players for UNC and I will be checking in shortly to finish out this game.
UNC coming down, and you're right. We see some check-ins on the way. So we see Sean Hyman working here on the elbow again. Good move. Goes by his man. Gets it to go. 3-point game.
No, he's a big burst of energy, athletic. He's quick for a guy's size. Reminds me of a Fareed.
Kenneth Fareed, really?
Kenneth Fareed, yeah. The Manimal.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We got a little bit of action left here. Just under 10 minutes. Keep it locked.
I've invited Pedro over.
Pedro, my man!
We need to talk about something.
Great. Let's talk. What's new, Pedro?
Look, Tim, for the past 12 years, Pedro and I have been having an affair.
What? I did not see that coming. At all. Pedro Jr., go to your room. Don't make that face. And take that ridiculous shirt off. Daddy loves you. Sorry, what were you talking about?
What's that?
That's a swear jar. Every time someone swears, you put a quarter in it.
Who gets the money?
I don't know. We'll use it to buy something for the office, like a case of Bud Light or something.
Fucking awesome. You, Bob.
You, Jim.
Eric, I have a bag on line 3 for you.
Can I borrow your pen? Can I borrow your f***ing pen?
Will the owner of a white station wagon please go yourself?
We're gonna go down there and we're gonna some ass. We're gonna some. We're gonna do whatever we have to because we're gonna some.
Hoop.
Doesn't count.
Shut the up!
I am so proud of you mother suckers. Here.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Welcome back, everybody. If you guys don't start having it locked here, we're going to have to go work in Bud Light Studios. Performing the night so far, Lamarian Sherwood. As much talk as we've given about him having a quiet night, Rick, 15 points, 12 boards, 6 of 9 shooting, 3 of 6 from the free throw line here. You got to expect that he's going to get rolling here pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the stat line. Some would say he's already rolling, but traveling. They still call that in basketball?
Yeah, at the non-SWBA levels, at the non-pro levels, yes.
Okay. Oh, so they don't call it in the pro levels anymore.
Oh, you've watched the games. You've watched them. What do you mean? For the last 4 years, we got to go on social media and watch them post highlights talking about good move Did you not see the 6 steps in the change pivot foot? Come on, man.
Oh, man. Step back.
Great follow from Kadarius Stack. And the finish can draw this game. Even Kadarius Stack with the big time play there. As Lamarian Sherwood was caught out on the perimeter. North Carolina playing a little bit of Iowa's game there.
Yeah, hey, the big fella was nowhere to be found. Stack took advantage of it with the offensive board, put it back in for 2, trying to make the 3-pointer the old-fashioned way. Now, with all this stuff he do at the free throw line, he better not miss this, boy.
Not a terrible free throw shooter.
You better not miss this.
Gets it to go. That's part of his routine, Rick. Everyone has one.
They don't make it right.
Everyone has one. Make us tell everyone about your routine and the cigars and stuff you got to do at the free throw line.
Well, what a shot.
Big time finish there from Josiah Cohen, showing the whole bag here to put Iowa back up by 2.
Well, you know, we've highlighted Lamarian Sherwood, but Cohen has been the guy to keep them going, play in and play out. He's been balling tonight, and I got to just give him a shout out because he's played a hell of a game tonight for Iowa.
Absolutely, he set the pace here. The stats may not jump off the paper, but he's done a lot. Julian Marks with the deep 3. The shot clock winding down. That is the 3rd time we've seen that in this game. Trying to get spacing here. And just does a bit much. You can't have those kind of turnovers in a game this tight.
Absolutely not. I mean, this game is tighter than the fat lady's draws. You can't have those type of mistakes. You got to be more. You got to be better than that.
Porter Jr. with the uncharacteristic turnover gives it right back to Iowa. We see Robinette working on the big man at the top of the key, and he is redeemed by Miles James with the block coming over.
Cinder.
Bam Wallace kicking it back out to Miles James to KPJ. They're going to slow this one down here. We've seen some absolute silliness here and just absolute, I would call it just lackadaisicalness around the half-court area.
Tell me you don't want to win a game without telling me you don't want to win a game.
I think they're telling you. Both coaches absolutely irate right now.
Wow.
Interesting. I pick and roll here. Kasim Porter Jr. working on his man. Gets caught up under the rim. He tried it. It did not work out. Iowa for the 3. Oh, 3. Gets it to go 5-point lead.
That's a 5-point swing right there. It's a tough miss on one end, and Iowa made them pay on the other.
KPJ here loses his man. Cannot finish. Miles James on the board. Tar Heels going to start this one over.
They're going to need a good shot on this possession.
Bam Wallace going to put it up over his man. He's going to knock it down. 2-point game. What a tough shot by the future anticipated lottery pick out of South Carolina, Bam Wallace.
Damn, Bam, for 3.
That is reserved for Cam Jones. How dare you?
It's all rhyming. Bam, Cam. I don't give a damn.
Oh.
Coleman did everything but serve the popcorn on that play. He almost made a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Devontae Feliz drawing the foul there.
Please, I'm sorry.
Hubert Davis not happy at all on the sideline. He did not see the foul. Questionable call. Feliz going to go to the... just barely grazes the front of the rim.
That's not a good sign.
He's got another one to go here.
Yeah, that's not a good sign to make that for their first one to look like that, though.
72% free throw shooter. for his career. Gets the second one to go.
All right, here we go.
Under the 6-minute mark here. Kasim Porter Jr. with the ball. Sees a screen he likes. Sees a flasher that he likes. The Iowa defense converges. They're going to start over. They're going to run the same action again here. This time he goes away from the screen, finds his man, throws it down. Could have been an and one over LeMarion Sherwood.
Ooh, that boy, he's arrived, ladies and gentlemen. KPJ has arrived.
We see the move there from Van Arsdale, unable to get it to go. Miles James on the contest. North Carolina could take the lead here as we see Kadarius Stack working on his man. He's going to go up, and that's blocked by Sherwood.
No, that's not your game, Kadarius. Give it back. There you go. Give it back to 32. Let him cook. Put a clear run, a 1-4 flat, or bring somebody up and let him. He went up. Oh yeah, he got it. That's chicken grease. That's chicken grease right there.
Kasim Porter gives North Carolina the lead. Iowa going to have to do something about this pick and roll that is really doing them under. Devontae Feliz puts the shot up but can't get it to go.
This is a big possession by both teams right here.
Huge possession. Miles James here. Not a lot of movement from UNC on this one, Rick.
Give it back to KPJ. Let him cook is what I'm saying. My man here, he's killing all the grass. You killing all the grass, son. Come off the basketball.
It's a terrible possession here. Hubert Davis.
Killing the grass. Oh my God.
One of the Iowa players able to get a hand on that one. See Devontae Feliz again there with the Euro step. Can't get it to go. He wants a foul. No call. UNC's going to come back down here. Bam Wallace with the step on his man. He's going to kick it over to Julian Marks. He's got a step as well. He's going to shoot the turnaround. It's up and it's good. 3-point lead for North Carolina.
Cash money.
And I'm pretty sure we saw this one coming here. He's up on the sideline. They weren't calling his timeout. 21 seconds left for Iowa, who is now down 3. LeMarion Sherwood saying, hey, why am I not getting that ball? A lot of people have that question mark themselves. We'll be right back.
You got to go away from that. Go to the big fella down the paint. Let him cook.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
It's a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing, though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Gamar Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the 3 in the clip. Game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The 1 twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price. Push up the stock. Build up your name. Stir up the pot. Piss off the eye. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. SimWorld. This is your shot.
Yo, yells.
SimWorld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
SimWorld.
Rick Blaze.
SimWorld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers. Trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name. Said she wanna try out on a scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go past, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast fast, big Bob on the snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be trippin' with my foes, tipping. Shot out to the ballers. No bull like I'm Pippin'. Rick Blaze hit him with the freestyle. SimWorld Hoops, man, them boys wild.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
And then when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera.
Big time things going on in SimWorld. Big time things going on here in Iowa City. 3-point game. Lamarian Sherwood wanting the ball. But Rick, he hasn't gotten it. Is it time for him to get that rock right now? And on the UNC side, it's just a 3-point game here. Sean Hyman, the leading scorer for North Carolina, with 16 as of right now. Who should this ball be flowing through? Although I think I know the answer on both sides.
If you're the Hawkeyes, enough with the cute pick and roll, screen and roll crap. Get down, throw it down to the big fella 24. Let him go to work, or let him at least draw the double team to make the good pass. And if UNC, I do like the ball in KPJ's hands. I think either he's going to make a play for himself, or he's going to find the wide open guy, which he's been doing all night.
10 seconds left.
Very. My 24 is not getting the ball in the paint right now. I'm thoroughly confused. I know that.
Awkward possession.
A terrible shot.
Not the kind of possession you normally see from an Iowa squad holding the ball there. I don't know if something particular was supposed to happen. Someone didn't run the play. Not sure, but we're under 3 minutes to go. Awful possession there. Coach McCaffrey not looking happy at all. Bam Wallace by his man, up and over him. This is what he does in the clutch, is hit big time buckets. And I'm not sure exactly what's happening here for Iowa, who's falling apart.
I was having a meltdown on national TV. That's what's happening.
Goodness.
And you know, we had you asked me earlier about are they contenders, and I told you no. You see what I'm saying?
Have not seen this from them.
There's levels to this. They're not the Alabama, Duke, Kentucky level.
This is going to need to pull this one off. Bam Wallace here working on Van Arsdale. Gets it to go again.
He cooking. Fire up the grease. He got fish, French fries, and some potato salad on the side with some hot sauce. He cooking right now, Jack.
4 straight buckets after having somewhat of a quiet night. He comes on to close here late. Bam Wallace, projected lottery pick, has teams like Orlando, Phoenix, even inquiring about this kid's skill set because of his wing play. We know how much Phoenix loves their wing players. They'll fill a team up with wing players and have no center if they can. They don't need a point guard either. Just give me guards and forwards, please. But Bam Wallace getting it done here, Rick. Is there, with Iowa's style of play, even when they're running their game, getting it to Lamarian Sherwood, slow, methodical, or if they have to do something else, how do they get back in this one down 7?
Right now you need a bucket, so you got to go to the big fella. I don't know what's taking them so long. Bam Wallace over here having a fish fry on a Friday night. You got to give it to the big fella. Bring the ball down court. All right, y'all pass it down low. Cool, just give it to me, man, and I just take it. I always just paint my damn self since y'all won't give me a rock.
Drew the double team. Got a good shot, but it did not go. Julian Marks with the bucket, and this looks like this is getting out of hand now. 9-point game. Interesting stuff here. You see Sherwood.
You see what happens when he gets the ball? Things happen. He's taking it upon himself to be like, you know what? I got it.
UNC slowing it down here. I imagine they're going to burn some clock. No, Julian Marks is going to go up. He's going to draw the foul on Sherwood. Almost got it to go. Rick, if Iowa goes on to lose this game, granted, I know your thoughts on this, but they've lost to a surging number 15 team. How bad is this loss? Or is it one, we look at this and we say, okay, they did some really weird stuff down the stretch. They did not play their game and they lost to a solid team, and we keep on moving.
They lost to a solid team. It is what it is. I do think they dropped down a little bit. I don't think nothing crazy. Maybe they go down to number 10. So I don't foresee like no crazy dump off. I mean, you did lose to the number 15 ranked squad, right? I mean, you do lose that. I do feel some kind of way when a team loses at home, though, right? So I think you at 10, maybe 11. After the rankings, in my opinion, that's how I would put him at. Maybe somewhere around 10, 11. But it's been a good game. It's been close up until these last 2 minutes, where they kind of just self-imploded. And now they give it to the big fella. It's been way too late for them.
Oh no.
Oh well. Apparently I was not out of it yet.
You gotta be kidding me. This new trend that's happened over the last couple of seasons with kids doing that. Oh, Rick, it has me pulling my hair out.
Yeah, it's probably the worst. Yeah, it's probably the worst trend I've seen since skinny jeans.
Oh, don't you talk about skinny jeans. I will have you know tonight, Rick, the skinny jeans will be super skinny. My legs are gonna look like Randy Orton's legs. My jeans gonna be so skinny. I will have you know.
They're gonna be Viper jeans tonight.
Yes. My jeans will be tighter than the LA Knights on a Friday night.
Wow.
Yeah. KPJ. As UNC not wasting any clock here, just putting more points on the board.
Yeah, I would like them to use a little more clock, but at least they're going to the basket and not settling for a jump shot. So they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but I would love to see them drain some more clock before driving to the hoop.
Rick primarily says that because he has places to be tonight. Again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in on New Year's Eve with us. Showing your dedication to SimWorld. Hopefully you know and see every day that we show our dedication right back to you all by providing the highest quality content non-stop. No days off, dog. We giving it to you. I almost said
raw and uncut. Raw and uncut.
Why not? Yeah. So thank you all for being here with us. This game not yet over. Ooh, baby,
I like you raw. Ooh, baby, I like you raw. Ooh, baby, Shout out to the Wu-Tang fans. Those who don't know, don't worry about it.
Marion Sherwood here handling the ball out front. This is one of the most interesting things I've seen, to be quite honest.
Well, I don't blame Sherwood. You guys won't give me the ball. Cool, I'll play point guard. I just take the ball.
Well, it looks like Coach is calling this. He's known for trying some interesting things, although he has a pretty he has a pretty set offense here, but I mean, hey, you're down 10 with 50 seconds. He's not giving up.
Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yo, shimmy, yeah. I'm sorry, the song is still stuck in my head. That's just where we at.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. I feel you.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Marion Sherwood is gonna finish this game he's not gonna finish this game. Bam Wallace, who came into the last 15 minutes of the game with just, I believe, 12, 13 points. He hit 2 big shots down the stretch to really kind of put this in the win for UNC.
UNC need to kill some clock. They need to kill. Well, I don't know what they're doing right now.
Man,
I mean, that's a bad shot though. That's a terrible shot.
It's something Coach will talk about after this game is over. I'm sure. Man, Sherwood's still going to work. No one's told him this game is over.
If you're UNC, you got to kill some clock right now. Yeah, I just don't understand what's going on here. This is some real life shenanigans in the fourth quarter. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand where's KPJ with the game on the line right now?
10 seconds left. May have been some stat padding going on here. Again, want to thank everybody for being here with us. Rick Blaze, I appreciate you being on the broadcast as well. Make sure you guys are tuned in tomorrow for SimWorld Today. It should be a good one. And enjoy your New Year's Eve. Be safe, but have a lot of fun. Be safe.
Yes.
But have a lot of fun. Toe the line. I beg you. I implore of you. Toe the line. I mean, toe the hell.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do twice.
But do some stuff that I... Anyhow, SimWorld Sports is the only place you can see the game, be the game. We're out of here. Peace.
Good night, folks.
This has been a presentation